Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is March 9th, 2024, and it's Saturday night. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. Hope you all had a great day today, and I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. But I'll tell you what, guys, sitting around thinking today after looking at some stuff, had a couple conversations. I was thinking about some other possibilities in regards to Steven Stearns, and of course, I thought I should talk to you all about it. So, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Here we go. Hello again, everybody. It's wonderful to be here tonight with you all. I hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight, and I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, um, Madeline Soto's case, Steven Stearns. Let's talk about some possibilities, some other possibilities. I was sitting around thinking, in a few days now, I've been thinking about this after some other stuff, and well, it's been driving me nuts. We'll see what happens. Maybe Popper, what's up, buddy? Once we get through all this stuff, but it's bugging me. So I wanted to talk to, of course, this amazing community and see what you all thought. Um, so come on in, grab a seat, have a seat. Come on in. That sounded great. Come on in and grab a seat and sit down and let's do this, folks. Let's do this. It's like some people are on the same wavelength as I am, as I can tell. Let's see who we got in here with us tonight. Right. Looks like Miss Holly's back in the house. Welcome back, Holly. SRB, hey. Good to see you tonight, dear. Miss Carolyn Miller, welcome back to you. As always, Miss Annie Ruler, hola. Welcome back. Crystal, great to see you. Great to have you here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Oh, of course, the lovely Miss Sherry Wisdom Speaks is in the house. Hope Floats, welcome back, Val. Great to see you. Victoria, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Excuse me. Of course, Mr. Popper, my brother, my friend. Good to see you, sir. Canadian Cat Lady, welcome back to you. It's wonderful to see you as always. Miss Holly, again, I think I said that already, but great to see you. CL, welcome back to you. Miss Brandy B, always here no matter what. Good to see you, Brandy. Good to have you here, dear. Let me see. LA's in the house. Good to see LA. My brother Mikey, welcome back, bro. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Tina B, welcome back to you. Chemistry Queen is in the house, guys. Welcome back. Good to see you tonight. Let's see here. Of course, Miss Victoria. Kim Marin, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Mittens for Kittens in the house. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Let me see here. Kaleida Hope, how are you? Good to have you here. Good to see you. Tammy, welcome back to you. Let me see here. Robert Bell, always a pleasure. Good to see you, sir. Ma'am, or sir, yes. Good God, sigh. Guys, sorry, it's a little late for me. Been a long day. Lisa Balejo, welcome back to you. Good to see you. Miss Kim, oh, welcome. Good to see you tonight. DKM, welcome back and good evening to you as well. Let me see. So. Mikey. So. Guys, please make sure you're hitting that like button on the way through the door, if you will. Miss Crystal, great to see you. Yes, and Miss Sherry was number one tonight. How about that one, guys? On point. That's right. That's right. We love you. Please love us with a little bit of a thumbs up there and a little bit of like, please. Show. Mikey. Oh, yeah. Go get Molly, Mikey. Go get her. Deb Wilkes, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I might be able to. Molly had some expertise in some of these things, and I think she was already looking at some of what I was talking about. I'm going to talk about tonight. So just throw her a message, if you will, and say, hey, D is live. Come on in. Show. Yes, 100%. A little bit, Robert. Just a little bit. I had my grandkids here all day. It was a long day, which is why you're just now hearing from me. So, Jessica Volk, welcome. Good to see you. Sorry, guys. SWTC's in the house. Welcome back to you. Doodlebug. There's my Doodle. Good to see you, Doodle. Thank you for joining us tonight. Come on. Let me see here. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Chemistry Queen. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, I will catch up with you. I promise. Thank you, SRB. Appreciate it. Miss Heather Fitzgerald's in the house. Welcome back to you. Jingles. What's going on? Good to see you tonight. Hi ho hi. Show. What's up, everybody? I'm gonna pick your I'm like, I want to pick your brains tonight, guys. I am. Thank you, Miss Sierra. Thank you very much. In SRB and whoever else threw out the Dago signal and threw it up for Molly. Thank you. Crafts and Crime, welcome back to you. Show. It's been in my brain for days, Mike. I can't get it go. I can't. Oh, there we go. Throw out some catnip. She'll be here just like that. Somebody throw out some catnip. Hey, Cuddy. Throw out some catnip and see what happens. There she is. Good golly, Miss Molly. That was quick too. Good Lord. Who dropped the catnip? Right, Kim. Show. I can't help it. I can't. You guys have no idea. Marina girl, welcome back to you. Good to see you. That was the fastest response I've had ever in my life, Molly, from anything. I said, "Where's Molly?" I said, "Somebody go get her." 3 people went, and boom, just like that, you're here. That's crazy. She was just getting out of the litter box. Gotcha. Makes sense. Make sure you scratched it really good, Molly. CZ, what's going on? Here's our Molly cat. The catnip is locked in my office, I thought. Somebody spread it out because you got here quick. Sorry, guys. They know how to find me. Well, I was going to do it too. I didn't have or did I not? I don't think I did. I think I just threw up a general. Either way, I didn't want you to miss this, first of all, and I thought you might be able to add to this a little bit. Sarah Laird, welcome back to you. 97 people, 49 likes. Come on, guys. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to let you say it. All at one time. Everybody say it now. 97 people with 49 likes. Mikey, you found something that looks to be catnip. I bet you it's not, bro. Mountain Mama, good to see you. Good to have you here. That pitiful. Come on, peeps. Come on, guys. Ready, set, go. Here we go. Jerry's starting the game. Who can hit it first? SRB said. Everybody typed it too. Make it match. Make it match. You guys are a trip. You all know me so well. You tried it, Mikey. Deborah Wilkes, good to see you tonight. Miss Tammy, you guys are awesome. You guys know me way too well. You guys could probably do this for me. Just put up one of those ugly pictures of my face, put it on the screen, and you guys could just come in here and run this thing by yourselves. Ren Henniger, welcome. Hi, y'all, to you. Good to see you. We know the drill. That's right, SRB. I've said it enough. That's for damn sure. It is so great to see all these new faces in here, you guys. I am beyond appreciative. Well, you could have my face to look at still, Sarah. You wouldn't have to worry about that. There's not much to look at, but you could see it. What did you say about yourself, sir? Show. That's what I said, Molly. Show. Brandy B. Yes, she said that's you guys have my. We got to make T-shirts with all these stupid things that I say, guys, like this one. Hit the like button. At least act like you like him. I gotta do a T-shirt that says that. I think that would be an awesome T-shirt. Hit the like button. At least act like you like me. Don't you think that would be a great T-shirt? We understood the assignment. You're great. I love it. Oh, you like that, Jingles? It was kind of slow last night. We were both tired, so my apologies. Yes. Miss Sherry said, I love this. You guys are a trip. Come on, lurkers. You can pretend to care. There you go. Would you guys buy that T-shirt? Seriously, I'm asking. In all seriousness, because I've been thinking about starting up a buy as we go, or make them as they're bought T-shirt scenario for merch. And I think I've been thinking of a few things that I say constantly that are just ridiculous. Hit the like button, pretend like you like me, stuff like that on T-shirts. Grab life by the meatballs. Exactly. You guys would buy, huh? Well, then I guess let's see. Uh-oh, what happened here? Hope floats. That is so awesome. Just dropped 5 new memberships. Guys, make sure that your gifting is open so you can receive those. It looks like Deb Wilkes was gifted. Chemistry Queen, Ren Henninger, Swamp Side Chick, Jessica have been inducted into the sauce. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you here. It's a welcome from new meatballs, and thank you so very much, Hope. That was amazing. God bless. So here's the thing, because it's easier to do this. Georgia Rain, Evie Marie, welcome everybody. 108, but only 63. Come on. So let's see what this says. Would you guys if I made like multiple different variations of like t-shirt sayings, and of course just one that has like the logo or something like that on it, I'm definitely not gonna put my face on a shirt because you guys would use that for Tinder. That would be just embarrassing. So, but put a one in the chat there. Lisa Oldham's, good to see you. Huda, welcome. Huda just gifted 5 as well. Good Lord. Thank you so very much. Let's see. Sue Williams, Sleuth Cat 77, Gary Epley, it's just me, Whitney. And Denise Datillo, all gifted. That was awesome, Huda. Welcome and thank you for that. God bless. So put a one in the chat, guys. And I seriously, everybody, if you could, and make if you guys would buy a shirt with something I say on it or something with the channel name or something. We got more green. So many new meatballs. Congrats and welcome. And it's great to have you guys here in the sauce with us. Okay. Sounds good, East. That's what I like. Honesty. No problem then, CL. I like honesty. It's all that matters. Absolutely. Welcome. Onward and outward. Welcome. So we got 1, 2, doodle pointing upward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy shit. We only got one so far that I know. We talked about that, Sarah. That's horrible. Well, it seems like everybody's dropping ones. I guess CL's the one that doesn't really like me much. Doesn't like my sayings, I'll put it that way. And that's okay. That's okay. But I love the honesty. More than anything, I love the honesty. I voted for the Tree Beaver shirts. We oh, Doodle, do not. I would do it though. I would do it. But I wouldn't put anybody else's name on that. It would just be me. We got a part of mouth. Thank you. Flying beavers. Oh my God, you guys are a trip tonight. So I planned on, if I can do it, just a couple different variations of the channel logo, okay? And then some of the other sayings that I have that I say. Yeah, I seen somebody sent me a message that happened. What's going on? Is he okay? Cletus, I heard Clue had to take him to ER or something. I only wear scoop neck tank tops. T-shirts won't. Well, I'll have different things that you can pick up, guys. You like t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever. Does anybody know what happened to him or what's going on with him? And if he's okay? I haven't talked to them today. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know what's up. His nose. What happened to his nose? They went to the emergency. Well, I hope it's okay. Shit. Yes, I'm doing hoodies too, Huda. There'll be everything. Hoodies, t-shirts for men and women. I like spaghetti. Mikey, we can get spaghetti straps for you. Yes, guys, throw out a prayer if you can for Clue and Cletus, just to make sure, keep them in your thoughts. I don't know what's going on personally. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, and then the mods, you guys could get the whack-a-mole t-shirts, of course. A sore in his nose. Oh no. I hope it's okay. That's not cool at all. Not buying a bikini with tree beaver on it, Dago. You don't have to, hun. Not at all. Not at all, Doodle. You can wear whatever you want or nothing at all. But I've had a bunch of people that sent me emails months ago. I've had messages come through the phone number asking, where can I buy this? Where can I buy that? I have never really set anything up because nobody really asked about it. And then just the other day, somebody said, hey, I need a coffee cup. from you. And I'm like, I sent a message back. I said, what are you talking about? A coffee cup? They were like a Dago cup. And I was like, oh, derp. Okay. So, I probably do the coffee mug and or that one thing that I had, that water bottle type thing. And then some of the sayings, make it match, or hit the like button, pretend like you like me, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Depending on what you guys want. And it'll just give you the option to go into this. The way it's set up, I found this. Actually, Clue showed me a place that she uses. They seem to be pretty good. Tumblers, yes, SRB, thank you. um, and you buy as you go, and you pick up if you want it, you get it. If you don't, you don't, and they won't be wasted. So that was what I was worried about. But it's a good idea. So I think I'll be doing that. Hell, I had family members asking me, "Where's your merchandise and stuff?" Okay, crafts. Well, we can talk if you want to. Talk to me. Send me an email. We'll talk about it. 100%. I'm down for it. I like to get something myself that I could wear for myself. I have one T-shirt, and it was a really bad T-shirt. I did not like it. So, Kim, there you go. I need to wear Dago proudly on my chest. So be it. Yes, absolutely, Craft. I'm serious too. I'm serious about this. I want to get something something set up. Miss Heather B's in the house. Welcome back, guys. All right, guys. 76 likes, 116 people. We're almost there. We're almost there. We got to get everything that we talk about with this stuff. We got to get in that algorithm. So, you know how that goes. That was hilarious, Kim. I love it. Show. Whack a troll. Whack trolls. Yes. Whack a mole. My mods whack trolls. There you go. I can even get one made that has for the mod that says that has the troll spray thing on it. I'm a meatball. Absolutely, crafts. Yeah. Send me an email and um just give me some contact info and we'll get together with it. Seriously, I'm dead serious about it. I want to get something rolling. My wife has asked me about it. My kids have asked me, my mother, my sister, a bunch of other people. So, well, that's what I said. See, I don't want to have boxes of merchandise sitting around if nobody buys it. You know what I mean? So this way, if I go with either with crafts or however we could do this, it would be as somebody orders something, it's made and sent out. That's what I mean. Versus having boxes. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, because I know I've talked to some other creators that have boxes of this stuff. It's just sitting there, you know, because people will not always want to buy stuff, and I get it. I would not be upset. So, yeah, you want something, you go in, you can order it, it's made, sent out, boom. It's not sitting around. So, on demand. Yeah. That's my thought. That's exactly what I'm thinking. So, leave some DNA on your way. And yeah, we could do a ton of sayings, guys, because I say a bunch of stupid stuff all the time. You guys know that. I could almost write a script on a T-shirt in the back. I would like to at one point do a shirt that has everybody's name on it that's in the community that are members. That would be cool. Not everybody may want one, but I want one. Um, I think that would be awesome. Clue actually was designing one that was really cool. She showed me, and it was like a whole bunch of of everybody's names. The way they explained it, like if I were to do one, because it's the True Crime Cafe, like a coffee cafe, that you could have a coffee cup with like everybody's name in it, and then as you're pouring, it looks like coffee out. Their names are pouring out of the spout of the whatever you call that thing. That would be really cool to me. Exactly, LA. I think that would be something I fair. I fear my mods. Yes. Sweet and innocent is true until somebody makes you mad. Yes, you guys got good ideas too. Throw up some ideas too, guys. I mean, there's so many different sayings, but you know. So there's 117 peeps in here now, 81 likes. We're climbing. We're climbing. So I showed you guys. We already know what's going on with the Madeline Soto case and who Steven STEARNS is, besides the devil. And of course, Jennifer listed her, or Lisette, sorry. We know who that is too. Well, I showed you guys another case that is in coming out of St. Cloud, which is right there with Kissimmee in Florida. One of you guys said it in chat here. I knew you're on the same wavelength as me. What's up, Lieber's Moon? And said, Henry and James. Good Lord, where did it go? I know the name. I just lost it. It's the other case I showed you guys about the child pornography ring in St. Cloud. If you guys remember that. Yes, Henry and James Fox. Thank you, LA. It was LA that did it. So it's making me feel, since this piece of garbage was recording certain things, it's making me feel like Santa was the name, Lisa. Thank you. It's making me feel like there's got to be some kind of a link. Okay. Now, not to mention, yeah, Mikey, the father son scenario. I was looking around. I was on the actually on the phone in Discord. I think Molly's been looking at it today too. And I gave her some names. I found 3 years ago a case that went down. That's okay, Molly. Don't worry about it. In California, of a person by the name, two of them. There was Brent Cox, COX, and another one, his wife. Okay, I can't think of her name. I'll show it to you. The last name Cox is the pretty standard name. I get it, but it's pretty interesting that they have the same last name, and the people in California got busted for a pornography ring as well. Child pornography. It's very weird. Very, very, and I got a weird feeling when I saw that, okay? So I'm kind of right there with you, Lisa. It doesn't make sense to me. So now, like I said, this other case is from 2021 and it's in Cali. But they have the same exact last name, folks, and it's the same damn thing. So to me, it's like, shit, are they related? You know, is this a family thing going on here? Because we had the father son over here in St. Cloud, and then we have a husband and wife in Fresno, California. So it's like, shit, okay. Throw glitter, good to see you. That was kind of my thought. Because it was kind of weird how it kind of went down within a couple days, right? What's the best way to try to get out of something? You tell on other people. He could have flipped on them. Okay, Molly, hold on a minute. Let me check the emails, guys. 228 people just went down 2 counties away in Polk for, see? We're going to look into this tonight, guys, because I'm telling you, there's a link. There's got to be a link. I feel when I get these feelings, I'm not always right. I'm not always right. But I got a gut feeling on this today. I told Mama Bear, I was talking to her, and I'm like, we got to get Molly was still sleeping. It was early. I said, I got to get Molly on this because Molly's like, she's got the golden shovel. She will dig until she's happy with what she's found. And 100%, Robert, I agree with that. So, yeah, exactly, Lisa. Right. So we're gonna look up some stuff here. 91 likes, guys. We're almost there. We can do this. 100% SRB. She's a great sleuth. That is a fact. She's a great investigator. So I know that's very sad. Very sad. And it sickens me. And just so you guys know, it has been verified that Stearns did work at Disney, which is scary to me. Very, very scary to me because I don't know how long he was there. Okay. But the fact that he worked there is all that matters to me, period. You have access to all the children in the world, basically, because this is Disney, guys. You know what I'm saying? And that scares me. So, I mean, you can't get better verification than this. There he is. Okay. And I think JLR verified it too, that he works there for sure. Well, okay, so Lisa knows what she's talking about tonight. He worked at Epcot at the Figment ride, right? Oh, here it is, guys. It creeps me out. I'll be honest with you, folks. It really does creep me out. So unreal. Hey, War Eagle, good to see you. He did for sure, 100%, Robert. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Disney's never going to claim that, guys. I told you that when that first came out. I told you Disney will never claim that. Proof or no proof, they're not going to claim it. No, he does not, Heather. Grady Judd, thank God he's in Florida where all this stuff's going down. For sure. You know what I mean? And I hope they fry this guy. I hope they have the best. And that's what I believe is taking so long. They're just trying to get the absolute best case possible that they can. So let me go back to something here with you guys. Let me show you this. 1 second. For those of you that may not have been here that night, this is the other scenario I'm talking about, and then we'll go back and look through some other stuff here about this, okay? 1 second here. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much for joining me again tonight. I really appreciate you supporting as we're going through April QT. What's going on? I agree, April. I've heard some horror stories about Disney, guys. I really have. I don't want to like throw anything out there without any real proof, but I've heard horror stories. That's a good point, Cat Lady. Well, I think they're trying to. This is my opinion. There's no facts to base it on anything, but this is my opinion because they haven't even charged him yet. Okay, and I think that they're looking at the mother, and I think they're trying to tie all this together for one big strong case and drop it all at one time. That's what I think they're doing. Okay. Don't quote me, but that's just what I feel. In the algorithm, did we do it? You guys rock and roll. Thank you so very much. Let me see. Yes, we did. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Let me know if this sounds okay. Let's get this roll. 100%.
We're learning more about a Homeland Security investigation in St. Cloud that we first told you about yesterday. And as West 2's Bob Hazen explains, investigators say the people who lived there may have been secretly recording kids.
A man who lived here today didn't want to talk to me, but court documents say the people who lived here were making and uploading videos of child pornography, and some of the victims might have even lived in this neighborhood. One neighbor told me people call James Cox Santa, and you can see why. But investigators confirmed they raided his home, this bright blue house in a quiet St. Cloud neighborhood, as part of a child porn investigation.
You just don't think that it's going to be this close to your house, and then having 4 girls too, so it's a little unsettling.
Today, we found court documents showing that agents with Homeland Security raided the house on Countryside View Drive, targeting James and Henry Cox after getting a tip that child porn was being uploaded from here. In an earlier raid, St. Cloud police allegedly found several hard drives with videos and images of kids being sexually abused, and hidden cameras used to record kids going to the bathroom and changing clothes. Investigators even say, quote, at one point in a video, the camera pans across a mirror showing H. Cox as the one recording the video file. The complaint also says at least 2 of the victims appear to live in Cox's neighborhood. During Tuesday's raid, the medical examiner also took someone's body from the house, but they've not confirmed who that was. James Cox is now in the Seminole County Jail. No word on what happened to Henry Cox.
Thank you, Lisa.
No comment.
A man who answered the door today said he had no comment. Emily Jenkins, who lives nearby, says she's glad her kids never came around this house.
Well, I think it confirms that we can't just be restful and let our kids play outside. It's always play in the backyard now. It's not like it used to be.
In St. Cloud, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
Now, when they made this arrest, they also took a body out of this house, guys. Yeah. So hold up, there's more coming. One sec. The thing that gets me on this is that I think so, Mikey, yeah. DHS is covering this investigation, which is no joke. They're not playing with this. So yeah, it's definitely the same color. It's weird, doodle, for sure. Okay.
Security raided the home yesterday, and tonight we know it is part of a child pornography investigation involving a father and son. Good evening, I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. That raid happened on Countryside View Circle near Canoe Creek Road, and neighbors tell us they saw dozens of law enforcement and actually a body removed from this house. Channel 9 Chantel Navarro is live in St. Cloud. And Chantel, there are some deeply disturbing details in this case about this father and son.
Yeah, and the 2 people are not only father and son, but they're 2 people that the neighbors really knew well. One of them, James Cox, used to dress up as Santa Claus. He'd approach a lot of the children here in the neighborhood, and they were all kind of familiar with each other. This is a home right here behind me. We saw teams return today with 2 cargo vans bringing out large.
You know what, guys? I'm not going down no rabbit holes, but yeah, Molly, you have a point. We have talked about this before. Blue. Just keep that in the back of your mind. These houses are blue. Remember that. There's some other things we've talked about in the past. Like I said, I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole, but this is just a very strange coincidence to me, okay? Because this is about as blue as they get, folks.
Bags. Unclear right now if it was evidence or not, but documents show the men had cameras secretly set up inside the home where they recorded children in the neighborhood naked. This is a view from Sky Witness where you can see Homeland Security entering the home of James and Henry Cox. Inside, agents discovered Henry dead and arrested James on child porn charges. Investigators say Henry killed himself before the search warrant could be executed.
Just shocked because we visited with those guys for years. Number one, and number two, they've always had kids.
Henry knew. And here's the thing, guys. How did he know to do this? Here's my thing. I think that they saw that STEARNS got arrested. This is an opinion I have, okay? This is an opinion I have. I'm not saying there's no facts to base anything on. This is just my head doing its thing. thinking, overthinking, looking, researching. Okay, but they saw that Stearns was arrested. Okay, and Henry took his own life before they could serve the warrant. How did they know the warrant was coming? Okay, that's my thing. Unless they did, unless they knew already, I don't know. But I'm saying, if that happened, if they saw Stearns get arrested, that tells me there might be a link, guys. Okay, thinking that he's going to roll on them, or it's going to come out somehow. You know what I mean? And that's why I got a little bit more interested in. Not that I wasn't interested in this already, but I'm just saying. I'm going to show you guys, Cat Lady, what the symbolization of blue houses means. Oh, okay, then. Well, see, then that makes some sense. They already raided the house. They took computers and phones, but didn't arrest them yet. So he knew he was done at that point. That is a very unique blue. I agree.
Kids and
Hey, Wildfire.
kids.
The investigation began in November when St. Cloud police received a tip that someone was uploading child sex abuse material. Later, they learned it was of 2 children who live in the neighborhood. Some videos contained sexual battery. Other material showed a young boy using a public restroom. In all, the U.S. Attorney's Office says federal agents collected 15 electronic storage devices believed to have belonged to Henry Cox. And on it, more than 50 photos or videos. Neighbors say James Cox was friendly, known to dress like Santa all year round and approach children. They were horrified to learn of the charges.
There's a pile of kids that live in the house across the street, too.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have told us, don't tell us any details, just say, be careful with your kids.
The medical examiner's office is still working to wrap up the autopsy report on Henry Cox. At this time, James Cox faces charges for uploading that child porn material, but more charges could still follow in the future. Live in St. Cloud, Chantal Navarro, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Okay, now let me show you something here. And I'm not, again, guys, don't take this as God's word. Okay, this is not this is not factual. It's just a coincidence, and the name is what got my attention. And we're looking right now just to clarify some stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that there's any factual relation. Excuse me, factual anything on this. Okay, and just like everything else we talk about, everything in here is purely alleged, 100% speculation until we have facts to show you. Okay, and I'll be finding them. Don't worry. Okay, we'll have to find it, Mike, unless they're hiding them because of what the thing is. So now this is from 3 years ago. All right. 1 second here. And this is out of Fresno, California. And again, there could be nothing. Remember that. All right, Lisa, thank you so much for jumping in. Like I said, please send me an email if you want to. We can get together on this because I see that you're very passionate about this as well. 100%. I'm right there with you. So don't work too hard. I hope you have a good rest of your night. All right, here we go.
Accused of sexually assaulting his girlfriend's 12-year-old daughter makes his first court appearance today. Brent Cox arrested last Wednesday after the Fresno County Sheriff's Office received a tip. Our Liv Johnson is outside the courthouse, and Liv, Cox entering a plea of not guilty today.
That's right. Brent Cox pled not guilty in today's arraignment, and bail was set at $495,000. I also got a chance to speak with a few of Cox's old neighbors today who tell me that's not enough. Brent Cox faces 9 felony charges related to the alleged sexual molestation of a 12-year-old girl.
Now, you heard that this is his girlfriend or his wife's daughter. Remember that, okay? This is why this is so interesting to me. I want you to see something.
Cox was in court today to be arraigned. Cox's wife is also charged in the case, but she was bailed out last Friday. Cox's girlfriend is the mother of the alleged victim. We are not identifying her to protect the identity of the 12-year-old. Today, residents of the neighborhood where Cox was living with the two women and the alleged victim still expressing shock.
To hurt a child like that, they deserve the death penalty.
Stephen Webb has been living on East Princeton Avenue in Fresno for 19 years.
So most of the neighbors around here are really nice. We may not know each other by name, but we always wave to each other and say hello and be courteous to each other.
On Wednesday, when his neighbor, 41-year-old Brent Cox, was arrested on suspicion of sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl, Webb says he couldn't believe what he was seeing.
Think that's going on right in your neighborhood, and you got kids and grandkids and nephews and nieces.
The 12-year-old girl was rescued from the home last week. Her mother, Cox's girlfriend, and Cox's wife were both arrested on Thursday and have been accused of helping or covering up the abuse. However, his wife bailed out of jail on Friday afternoon.
And I had no clue.
Robert Savage, who's been living 2 doors down from Cox for 15 years and often helped mow Cox's lawn, joined.
Once again, the mother of the victim and his wife in the same house as them. They're all together. This is so weird to begin with, okay?
In his fellow neighbor's surprise.
Polite, real nice people. When they had a barbecue, I could come over and visit. Real nice people.
I want you guys to see something. I'm not going too far with this blue thing, but look. Look at the front door.
Polite, real nice people. When they had a barbecue, I could come over and visit. Real nice people. Me, I had no clue of this. Shocking to me.
The case returns March 10th for a pre-preliminary hearing. Reporting live from the courthouse, I'm Liv Johnson, KC24, local news that matters.
Okay, now, all right, SRB. Makes you go, the things that make you go, All right, now, that was that arraignment, right? Let me show you something. Uh-huh. Very much so, CZ. Very much so.
In the alleged sexual abuse of a 12-year-old Fresno girl. Fresno County Sheriff's Office says new evidence shows that the alleged perpetrator, 41-year-old Brent Cox, was manufacturing and distributing child pornography. Madeline has been covering this story.
The exact same thing that is going on in Florida. Yeah, Mikey, for real. The exact same thing.
Since the very beginning, and Madeline joins us live from the Sheriff's Office with the latest details. Madeline.
Stephanie, investigators say that Jill Cox, who is the wife of Brent Cox, was rearrested after hiding evidence, including child pornography and 2 guns for her husband. She was booked into the Fresno County Jail and faces several charges, including aiding a known felon and conspiracy to possess a gun for that felon.
In this case specifically, it started out bad and it got worse. And it became more and more horrific. The more we discover, the more horrific the content is.
Less than a week after Jill Cox was handcuffed and arrested outside of her home on Princeton Avenue for several charges, including alleged child abuse, investigators say she is back behind bars, this time for allegedly hiding child pornography and guns for her husband, 41-year-old Brent Cox.
Jill is being booked currently into the Fresno County Jail with $115,000 bail.
Lieutenant Brandon Purcell says Brent Cox and Jill Cox had an open relationship. Investigators say Brent Cox was arrested on February 3rd for allegedly sexually assaulting the 12-year-old daughter of his girlfriend.
He has victimized our poor victim for a very long time, and we are seeing it over and over and over again in these videos and in these images.
Purcell says the new evidence was not found at the Cox's home, but would not say the location. Purcell says the videos and pictures confirm that Brent Cox was manufacturing child pornography.
We are confident that Mr. Cox was producing child pornography. He was creating it, he was saving it, he was storing it, and we believe it's very likely that he was distributing that.
Along with the videos and pictures, Purcell says 2 guns were found at the same undisclosed location. Investigators say Brent Cox will also face charges of being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition. Brent Cox is in the Fresno County Jail, and his bail is set at $495,000. And investigators do believe with the new charges that it will increase even more. Reporting live from downtown Fresno, Madeire's Bab Casey. Jill Cox was handcuffed.
Yeah, she has blue in her hair too. That's just too much for me. I'm sorry.
And arrested outside of her home on Princeton Avenue for several charges, including alleged child abuse.
And yes, producing it, manufacturing, and distributing, guys. And to answer the question, Georgia Rain, I don't know if they're related. We don't know this yet. This is from 3 years ago, but they have the exact same last name, C-O-X. I guarantee you it is a very common name, yes, but it's just very weird, okay? Very coincidentally, and you guys know how I feel about coincidences. That's the question of the year, SRB. 100%. Yes, that was a woman, SRB, unfortunately. There she is. This is his wife. And the charges against him are for assaulting his girlfriend who lived in the house with them's daughter. And it's happened for years, they said. Shenanigans, what's up? I can't find anything on this guy right now. He's obviously probably in prison. But I don't know. 100%, Molly. It's very, very coincidental, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something real quick, guys. That it's one of them things, okay? Hold on here. It's just one of those things. Like I said, coincidence. Operation Blue Orchid was a joint United States-Russian operation to dismantle an online child pornography ring centering on the website Blue Orchid. It began in May 2000. After an informant in a separate child pornography case came forward with information about the Blue Orchid site. The website, which showed depictions of SA, contained videos of Russian boys aged 8 being abused, selling such videos for around $300 each. The investigation included U.S. Customs officials allegedly buying one of the videos from the website. The operation led to the arrest of 4 Americans and 5 Russians, including Volod. I can't say his name, but that name there. Okay. Hey, Sleuthy, what's up? Good to see you. So these things there's so much, again, that word coincidence here, folks, that it's just been bugging me. And it made me wonder, is there something going on between this scenario and Stephen STEARNS? And we see that, obviously in this case, this is California's case, though, okay? From 3 years ago, but these people have the same last name. It is so weird to me. And like I said, there could be no, and I want you guys to understand this. There could be no connection whatsoever. And we're working to find if there is 100% right now, but it was just I wonder. You know what I'm saying? I wonder. That's all I'm saying. We don't know as of yet, but regardless, it's still showing it's another case of the same crap, that's horrid, and hopefully everybody for that case is in jail and still in jail. So let's see here. Back to one second here. Back to Florida. One second. It's just one of them things I wanted to talk about. Your brain works together with different things. And that's what I said. It's a very common last name. So there could be zero connection to that as far as the California, Florida thing. But the biggest part of this is I feel that there's a very huge possibility that there's a connection between Stephen STEARNS and this Florida scenario, okay? It's a huge stretch, Sherry. I agree. That was just a little extra piece of something I wanted to show you guys that I was curious about and we're looking into. Just to double check that. So, and then I found, interestingly enough, from 9 years ago in St. Cloud. And again, I'm not saying there's a connection to this. I'm just showing you guys things as I was researching that came to my attention, okay? Interestingly. Horribly too, though. There's so much of it, guys. It's just like a regular thing now, and it bugs me so bad. Hold on, guys. I'll catch up with chat here in a second. This is 9 years ago, okay? Believe it or not. So this stuff just been going on and going on and going on. Absolutely, April. That's my biggest thing right there is that he's involved with that somehow. Now we're going back 9 years, like I said.
Tonight, a local neighborhood now tangled in 2 child porn investigations.
2 men are targeted in 2 separate raids on the same street on the same day.
Osceola County deputies say 2 suspects lived just feet away from each other along Montana Avenue in St. Cloud, but didn't know each other.
West 2's Travell Island was in the neighborhood this evening and has more on a very alarming case for parents.
Thursday morning, Osceola County Sheriff deputies conducted a double takedown in the 1400 block of Montana Avenue in St. Cloud. Neighbors say Jerry Abbott and his neighbor Brian Smith were both escorted out of their homes in handcuffs, accused of downloading child porn. We wanted to get some information. Smith's family opened the door but turned us away. At the Abbott home, someone looked out of the window but didn't open up. Neighbors say a 5-year-old girl lives there.
Just wanted to get a comment from the family to tell his side of the story.
Investigators say Abbott had hundreds of pictures and saved them to a hard drive.
Both suspects confessed to downloading the child pornography.
Detectives will look deeper into Smith's background. He told them he worked part-time at the Ice Factory skating rink in Kissimmee, but he did not have contact with children. Neighbors say deputies spent hours at the 2 homes confiscating evidence.
We will go through their computers and look specifically to see how long they had been downloading the child pornography, but at least for several months.
Well, investigators say this investigation was several months long. Back in August, they got a tip that someone inside of that home was downloading the illegal child porn. Then in October, they got wind that the man in that house directly across the street was downloading the illegal material as well. Both men have been jailed on 10 counts of child porn, and more charges could be coming. Live in St. Cloud, Osceola County, Travell Island, West 2 News.
9 years ago, same area, same street, 2 different people. This is insanity, folks. I mean, it's beyond insanity. Okay. Let me see something here. Okay, trying to pull something else up for you guys. Now, let's skip back and go forward 4 years. Skip back, go forward, whatever we're going to do. 4 years. Okay, so this is 2020, I think it is. Hold on a minute here. I've been busy throughout today, just to be honest with you guys. Pay attention to the area, guys. Again,
A 24-year-old St. Cloud, Minnesota man is being held at the Minneapolis.
Nope. Hold on, guys. That was my mistake. I accidentally downloaded this one earlier because I thought it was the same one. Hold on. 1 second. My apologies. I forgot to just delete this one. One second, folks. Bear with me. That was my mistake. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that was the one. Okay, here we go. Give me a second here. One second, guys. I'm having a technical issue. Give me a second. Okay, now this came out, and I read an article about this this morning, and it linked me back to this. Sorry about that other thing mishap there, guys. And it's just so much with this stuff, guys. There's so much. Hold on. All right, here we go. I hope this one works. I had to get this again because the other one just stopped working for some reason. All right.
This is made up of about 36 men from around the world. Lost Boy was a place where individuals could share pictures and videos depicting child pornography. Let me be clear. We are not talking about innocuous photographs or quote unquote artistic photographs of naked children on the beach. I am referring to serious graphic images of children that are being sexually exploited. Many of these children were in the age range of 7 to 12 years old, and these pictures usually depicted children with their genitals graphically displayed or engaging in explicit sexual activity with other children or even adult men. As a parent, it is just too difficult to imagine the horrific abuse that these children had to go under, and quite frankly, it's difficult to imagine how the lives of these children will ever be the same. One of certainly the most disturbing aspects of this bulletin board was a forum called the Handbook Project. Here, certain members had access to this project, if you will, and would contribute to what would be commonly known as a grooming handbook. This handbook served as a guide for adult men that were interested in identifying and grooming boys, essentially convincing or inducing them to engage in sex. The handbook went so far as to even provide instruction on how to move on to other victims when the current victim grew too old to be attractive.
That is an organization basically that trains people to do this. Are you kidding me? And it's been going on for a minute, okay? That was from 9 years ago. that they busted this, and this is 36 men from 3 different continents that were involved in this organization that does this training and all this other stuff. This is insane to me. Like I said, it led me to that. The article I read led me to this. Okay. Basically, Victoria, it is basically like a cult, guys. It's insane to me. Okay. Um, let me get this email real quick before I forget about it. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is something else too. Very interesting. I saw this today too, Molly. Thank you. Take a good look at this, you guys, and pay attention to it. Excuse me. Hold on. What did I do here? Oh, shoot. Hold on, guys. I forgot to do something. 1 second. Okay. Now I can do it. Sorry. I'm trying to blow it up. Little bit less. There we go. Here we go. All right. And I will pull your hey, Salty, I'll pull your email as well, Heather. This is a bulletin from the FBI, folks. Okay. This shows the symbolization and logos that are used by P's and to identify sexual preference. Okay. And it's insane. Okay. It is absolutely insane that these people even have this. And some of these people wear necklaces or bracelets or these rings, as you see down here. They have these things hanging in their rear view mirrors as decoration, signs on their symbols on their doors. Okay. I mean, what the hell? Seriously. Hope you're having a good weekend, Salty. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. You see what I'm saying? It's insanity. I don't know if you guys can read very well. It's hard to see some of this, but unreal. Unreal. Yeah, I mean, it is, Robert, completely, 100% artwork and jewelry, and you'll go into, the article I read earlier today was stating that you could go into one of these people's homes and they'll have like a painting on the wall like this thing in support of like what? It's insane that it's even. I can't imagine it, guys. It's insane to me. So thank you, Molly, for throwing that in here. Let me pull up Heather real quick, her email as well. Here we go. Is it probably the same thing? Yeah, it is. Well, thank you both. It's the exact same thing, actually. Unclassified law enforcement sensitive. Well, and it's also a good warning, guys. If you see people walking around with these necklaces and stuff like that on, you'll know. Okay, please be careful. Exactly. That's why they're made like that. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why they're made like that. And let me back out of this now real quick. So I'm going to get back to where I was with that too. Excuse me. Give me a second here. All right. And they have. All right, now this is something from 9 months ago too. I remember when this went down, but I wanted to tell you guys this as well. I think a lot of you guys might know about this. And here's our man, Mr. Grady Judd, talking about it again. This kind of scared me a little bit too, so here we go.
Where a child porn bust has landed 8 men behind bars.
Among them is a Disney employee who now faces hundreds of felony charges. Fox 13's Josh Cassio heard from the sheriff, who has some harsh words for those suspects.
The sheriff described these 8 men as quote-unquote nasty people and pedophiles, and says putting them in jail, taking them off the streets, makes the community and especially young children much safer. On paper, they're labeled May monsters. Sheriff Judd took it even further Thursday.
They're nasty, nasty people.
Among the 8 child porn arrests is 40-year-old Paul Vale of Davenport. Vale was, get this, a Disney employee working at the Cosmic Rays restaurant. Just wait until you hear what he allegedly had. Brace yourself.
He was a sadomasochist. There was photographs where they had tied up babies in preparation for sexual battery.
Vale faces a whopping 540 counts of child porn. That's 540 felony charges.
Well, why do people like Paul Vale work at Disney? Because that's where the children are. And they want to be around children.
Also arrested, 58-year-old Stefan Young from Lakeland. He's a boudoir photographer. Deputies say not only did he have child porn, he allegedly tried to photograph a 13-year-old girl nude. Turns out, however, the teen was an undercover deputy.
And he said, but listen, if Grady Judd finds out, we're in trouble. Because, see, he'll take art and make it pornography. Well, Stefan, it's pornography. It's not art. And your ugly mug is in the county jail.
And when you add up all the charges from these 8 men, it's a staggering 1,280 felony charges. The sheriff says more could be added on top of that as this investigation continues. Josh Cassio, Fox 13 News.
One second, guys.
More than a dozen men, including Disney employees, are facing jail time after they're caught in an undercover sex bust. Investigators in Florida say the men wanted to have sex with the underage boys and girls who they met on social media sites. One of the suspects is a teacher and several others work at Disney and/or Universal. The teacher faces 50 counts of possession of child porn.
Teacher, how about that? Gotta love it. All right, let's see here. Told you guys, I found all of these today.
In Florida, more than 100 people were arrested after a 6-day undercover investigation focusing on human trafficking, prostitution, and child predators. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, 4 Disney employees were among the arrests, including a lifeguard at a Disney resort who was busted after sending sexual images to an undercover detective posing as a 14-year-old girl. Now, this is all according to police. Detectives say the operation's intent is to free any victims who are forced into trafficking.
What the hell is going on down in Florida, folks? Oh, okay, Heather, hold on. Let me get that. One moment. All right, here we go. Should be coming through. Maybe. This is just insanity to me, though. I never. I knew that there was some bad stuff going on, guys, but until recently, I never knew there was so much of it. And what the hell is going on with Florida? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. No, nothing against anybody who lives down there, but like, God, there's so much of it. You know, I never expected to find so much down there, but it is a vacationing area, you know, so I can get that. Let me see something here. Well, time to make some things aware. Okay, and I'm going to play something, just the audio of it here in a few minutes. Oh yeah, I can't show that. Oh, I've seen all that stuff. Yeah, I know about that. Can't. There's some stuff. Disney has some dark stuff going on with it. Thank you, Heather. Um, absolutely. But all right, let me get back to this stuff then. One second here. Sorry, guys. I've a couple of issues trying to pull these things up. Okay. Where did it go? One. Where is it? Okay. One second. Okay. Oh, so that didn't update then. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Now. Oh, come on, Diego. You can spell better than that. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Come on. Yeah, by the way, that house was the same color blue as the other house. It was kind of weird to me. I had to go look just to double check to be sure. Okay, now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about all these issues tonight, you guys. Okay. Yeah. So one of these videos must have been taken down. I was going to show you because I can't find any other version of it. So we're just going to skip that. No biggie. Today is meatball day. That's awesome, Theo. Thank you. Okay, so where are we at here? This man is 79 years old, guys. That blows my mind. I mean, I guess there's no age limit on disgusting, but you know, where was this thing in here? I wanted to see or talk about. I guess the neighborhood's loaded with children, of course, which is probably why he lives there. Public bathrooms, however, investigators have they won't say exactly where, but there's public bathrooms. And yes, his son unalived himself. Where did that other piece of that go that was connected to this, I guess? So that one video was taken down for whatever reason. That's weird to me. Well, shoot. I guess we're not going to talk about that one thing. Okay, then. So here we are, guys. And the point that I wanted to make with this tonight was, do you guys think that this is linked possibly to Steven Stearns or Stephen Stearns, whatever you want to call this idiot? Because I've been stressing with this for a couple days now, and I don't know. And that's another question I have too. They said that his Henry unalived himself. Are they sure? I mean, did he unalive himself, or did his father do it because he was weak? Maybe. Who knows, guys? Some of these things sounding like a little crazy and a little out there, but I'm not even surprised anymore. Nothing will surprise me. How did I make that connection? Okay, so, and it's not that it's real, folks. It's that it's possible. Okay, there's no fact yet. It's just something that's been bugging me. This all went down around the same time. Okay, between this guy here and Stearns. I don't know that there's a connection, but it's right in that same area. Stearns video recorded on his phone, per se, the things that he did. I don't know if he did it for his own personal thing or if he was involved in back and forthing with these people, possibly. Okay. And amazingly enough, you know, these things all go down right around the same time. And I just had to say, is there a connection? I'm not saying that there is for sure, but is there? It's a question. You know what I'm saying? Well, Victoria says there's no connection. How do you know that, Victoria? That's what I'm saying, guys. We don't know for sure yet. I think that there's going to be a whole lot more arrests in this St. Cloud thing, personally. That's what I'm saying, Kim. I mean, if you're recording things on your phone, are you sending them to other people? Are you uploading them to a site, a website that's been put together for this? Are you getting paid for it? Do you know what I mean? I don't think there is a cause of death yet for his son, or for Henry. It is his son, but neighbors said that they saw a body being removed from the house, and the Orange County Medical Examiner confirmed that they responded to a death call at the home. So did the police? Did he call did they call the police when he did this to himself, or was it just they waited until the warrant was served? Do you know what I mean? That's a little weird to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure Stitches, Mikey, you live down there. Salty lives down there in Florida. But how far, like Kissimmee and St. Cloud are pretty much the same place, aren't they? That's my understanding. From what I saw, they're like right on top of each other. It's not a far distance at all. In fact, I've heard of it referenced as Kissimmee St. Cloud sometimes. So, okay, so then, they border each other. You know, there's your answer then, Stitches. That's what I thought. They were kind of like right on top of each other. James Cox is in Seminole County Jail, Mikey. St. Cloud police say that Henry Cox was found dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound in the home on Tuesday. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. Criminal complaint came against James. Says the investigation began with a cyber tip about child pornography being uploaded from the family's home. It says St. Cloud police searched that house in January and found several hard drives with images and videos of children being sexually abused and exploited. Okay, in January, why did they wait so long? The complaint alleges Henry produced some of the pornography while the elder Cox uploaded it. You just don't think it's going to be okay? Yeah, we don't need to read that. So there's that. And like I said, that was kind of where I wanted you guys to think about. Just think about the possibility. That's all. And obviously, we're going to be paying attention to what's going on in the Soto case. So if anything comes up from it, then we'll know. You know what I mean? St. Cloud used to be just farmland. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because my the creature's parents, they have property down there. They own a home. Yeah, the son was making it, and the father was basically uploading and selling it, right? Which is disgusting. I mean, just what the hell? And he knew that definitely knew he was going down, which is, whatever. Took the easy way out because he knew it was going to happen to him. Same thing is going to happen to Stearns. So now, since we're here as well, of course, I'm going to do these. Yeah, probably April, 100%. Look at some updates since I have you guys. So don't everybody leave at once. Right, this was updated as nope, wrong one. Again, I hate when they do this to me. 1 second. It'll give me, let's see something here. Let's say 4 hours ago, and then it says 1 day ago. All right, here we go. This is from 17 hours ago. Sorry. Here we go.
Landfill search in Kentucky connected to the missing Sumner County. Precautionary landfill search in Kentucky connected to the missing Sumner County teen is over. Investigators say they did not find anything related to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, that 15-year-old with autism, went missing about 2 weeks ago. Our Brendan Tierney is live in the
Welcome
studio
back.
with our continuing coverage on this search. And we know you just got off the phone with the sheriff, Brendan. What did he or she have to say?
Tracy, yeah, the sheriff told me that at this point he is still considering it to be a recovery search and rescue operation. He's concerned, though, that it might become a recovery effort as they are going further and further into it. After yesterday, they didn't find anything up at the landfill. He says that the trash company gets collected in Sebastian's neighborhood on Monday mornings. It was during that time period between when he was last seen and Sebastian was reported missing. So they went up there wanting to make sure they didn't miss anything from that time period. They didn't receive any specific tips about the landfill. And that's why after searching in the area, the trash from Monday was found. They were not able to come away with any additional evidence. At this point, they were reviewing stuff from earlier in the investigation to make sure they didn't possibly miss anything, and they are trying to come up with more possible leads. The sheriff told me that they had a spotting over in East Tennessee earlier today. They sent a deputy all the way out there, ended up not being Sebastian, but they're still holding out hope that they're able to find him and are going to continue working through the
Well, I'm grateful that there was nothing found. At all. All right, let's see here. I got something else here. Once. Hold on, guys. I'm pulling something else up here. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio of this for you guys. Let me know how this sounds, please. Tell me if you can hear this okay. And if not, I will fix it for you. You guys hear that okay? Or is it muffled or any problems like that? Let me know. Thank you, Victoria. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to try and get the audio in here for you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Tell me how this sounds now.
I can't put words to how hard this has been, and
the horrible things that people say just keep rolling in, regardless of taking time to consider the facts and, assumptions is what they're going off of. But for us, we sit here and we wait and hopefully we'll get an answer, or hopefully he walks through our door, which would be amazing.
I was going to say, how badly do you both want Sebastian to just walk through that front door to get that call?
I'd give anything.
By the way, this is an interview where they did not want to show their faces because they were too upset, they stated. So this is just audio for you guys to hear. This is a newer one, I guess.
In a heartbeat, I would give anything.
It's not measurable. Let's put it that way. There's no measurable. Anybody says, oh, it is. You've never sat in these shoes. You've never been in this situation. And I don't ever wish for people to be in this situation.
And what's Sebastian like? What's his personality like? What does he love to do?
He, for the most part, is happy. He likes to laugh and joke and tell you all about everything and then some. He loves games. He loves video games. He loves to play with his Legos. Even building things with me. We build little projects here and there, but he's always a character.
Are there any weird tendencies that he has that might be able to help people find him in this search?
I don't know how helpful to finding him, but he fidgets constantly. He loves shiny pennies, paper clips. He's always whenever we go to the grocery store, he always looks on the ground and looks under the register counter, and he's always looking for shiny pennies everywhere. Paper clips. He loves to bend them out of shape and play with them, fidget with them. He loves playgrounds. We've said it before, he likes fishing and things like that, but
cats. Boy loves cats.
He does. He loves cats. It's his favorite animal. I don't know. He's a good kid.
There are no leads, nothing caught on video. Your son has been missing for 11 days now. How does that make you feel as parents?
I mean, I don't have words to describe how I'm feeling right now. I mean, every day is harder than the last. I mean, we're out, we're looking, we're trying to make sure that everyone stays looking and doesn't let his face fall to the bottom of a feed or get covered by some other nonsense. I mean, we just want our boy home.
When you walked in Monday morning and didn't see Sebastian in his room, what was your gut reaction?
My very first reaction was, oh, he got up and got breakfast. But when I realized he actually wasn't in the house, I've never experienced sheer panic in the way that I did. And basically for every minute since that, not knowing where your child is a pain that I've never known pain like this before.
No, Robert, they did not want to be filmed this time during this other interview because they were really upset, and they just did. So there's no video to show. There's just audio.
And walk me through the events that happened, from Sunday leading up to Monday when you didn't see him that morning.
Sunday, we were out and about. We had a really good day. We were out doing our thing, running around. We had dinner that evening. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening together as well. He was playing right up until bedtime, and then some. I let him stay up a little late. And when I told him to go to bed, he's like, I love you, Mom. I love you, puppies. And he went to bed. And I went to bed around midnight. Everything seemed fine. And when I went to wake him up for school, that's when I couldn't find him. He wasn't in his room, and he wasn't in the house. And that's when I panicked.
And when you panicked, what did you do?
First thing I did was call my husband, and I said, he's not here. My husband said, what do you mean he's not here? I said, he's not in the house. And he said, immediately just started, did you check here? Did you check there? Did you look here? And I ran through the house. And at that point, I was hysterical, for lack of a word. And we three-wayed the police. And I'm within minutes, they were here. I couldn't tell you exactly how long. I know it was fast. And we haven't found him.
When I got the phone call that he was missing, like she said, we asked questions like, where's he at? Check this, check that. And then we called the sheriff's department. I called the sheriff's department. I stayed on the phone pretty much most of the time. And then while I was at work, I asked for a relief, got a relief, got in my truck from Memphis and made my way to Nashville.
And that was, I guess, Monday?
The morning that he was missing, yes.
Okay. And so what was your reaction when you got that call from your wife that Sebastian was missing?
Initially, I was like, oh, he's goofing around again. Here we go. He's like hiding. And then when we talked about the places to check and he's not there, I was like, okay, stop. Instantly. call the police instantly. I'm a black and white kind of guy.
And to your knowledge, he didn't take shoes with him, right? He locked the door on his way out. Or I guess, what are some of the things that you think he did as he left?
We checked for all of his shoes and none of them are missing. The door was locked.
And what was there some discrepancy as to what he was wearing when he went to bed, or what was he last seen wearing? What was he wearing to bed that night?
When he went to bed, he was wearing black sweatpants with white stripes down the side. And he had on a black long sleeve black shirt with a print on the front. I'm pretty sure it was one of his
like Star Wars or Halloween or
even Minecraft.
Yeah,
Those are the three main
that's
things.
the three things that majority is on his clothes.
Yeah.
Boy, he has his flavors.
And obviously you guys are going through the unimaginable, and then, getting a lot of like the kickback that you've seen on social media. I mean, how much worse has that made it for you two to go through something like this?
Honestly, we stopped looking at it. There's a lot of terrible people in this world, and I don't want to waste energy on any of that. I want the focus on finding our son. The facts are the facts. I mean, the police know the facts, and all I ask of anyone is, if they're able and willing, is to help find him, help spread his flyer, help look for him, call in if you know anything or see anything. But we just ask that people focus on finding Sebastian.
And he's never done anything like that before, right? Just kind of walked out of the house.
He's not a runner. This is not normal for him to run away. He's not a runner.
And
Have a great night, Kim. Thanks for joining us.
I know you guys have been told to stay in the house, right? Just in case he comes home.
We are doing what we've been asked to do by the law enforcement agencies and everybody involved. I am not going to divulge anything more than that.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to ask, I guess, next is, if you were to go out and search right now, if people want to help search, what types of places would you guys look at that he could maybe be at?
Anywhere and everywhere. At this point,
it's been 11 days. He could be anywhere.
Yeah. They've searched the woods. They've searched parks. They've searched creeks. They've searched, at this point, anything and everything.
Anywhere that he could be staying out of the weather or getting food, or, I mean, honestly, at this point, he could genuinely be anywhere.
How hopeful are you two that he will come home?
I will never give up hope on finding my child.
Optimism is at its highest, regardless.
Our son is out there. We're going to find him.
And now publicly, like, obviously police are now investigating a landfill. People are speaking out about that. What are your thoughts about that?
Everybody has an opinion and their assumptions, and they are entitled to those.
Everybody got an answer.
As I've stated before, all we've asked people to do is to look at the facts, not what everybody's putting out there. If they have questions, call the law enforcement agencies, and they'll give you whatever they can give you. But the assumptions are just that. They are an assumption, your opinions. We pray for everybody, for hopefully this never happens to you. And if it ever does, then you'll understand. But I pray it doesn't.
And they're doing their job. They're looking everywhere they can their goal is the same. We just want to find him.
If you could say something to Sebastian, if he's listening right now, what would you say to him?
I would say that we love you and we miss you and we want you to come home. And just know that we all care about you so much.
You're not in trouble. That door's unlocked and waiting for you to come home. Your puppies miss you. Your family misses you. I miss you. Just come home.
Anything else that you two want to add or clear up or anything like that? Okay.
Just help us find our son.
Answer that.
Oh my gosh, that's rough. I don't understand. I don't understand this case. I don't. And I didn't know, but the fact that he locked the door behind him as he went out, that's a little weird to me. I don't have any, this is me, guys, personally. I just don't have any. I don't know what to think, you guys. I don't know what to think on this. Like, he walks out of the house sometime between midnight and 6 a.m., okay? And no shoes. They're saying all of his shoes are accounted for. Okay. And guys, this understand, this bothers me so bad. This case, it really from the beginning has bothered me, and I know you guys know why, so just bear with me. He goes out the door, he locks it behind him. Based on what I saw on the video with the bloodhound, the bloodhound follows his scent to the road, turns around twice at the driveway, back across the road, back again. It doesn't go any further than there. That to me, again, and I've said this to you guys already a couple times, tells me that he very possibly got into a car. Now, if there's cameras, though, it would have been seen on a camera. The car would have been seen on a camera, I think. So, I don't know, guys. Hold on a minute here. Let me get this up for you guys. This is from 14 hours ago. I really want this kid to come home safe and sound. He has to. This one is just so deep inside me right now with this. I don't know. It's because of my son. I know it is. It's really bugging me bad. I just need him to come home. His parents need him to come home. He needs to just come home, period.
11 days since 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers was last seen in Sumner County. The search for the teen has been extensive, covering thousands of miles around his home, even crossing state lines. Jaxie Pigeons has the latest for us this morning on this case.
Well, on Thursday, investigators headed to Kentucky. Officials say as a precautionary measure, they searched the Hopkins County Regional Landfill in White Plains, where trash from Sebastian's neighborhood went. Trained search teams and canines were used to try and find any evidence for the case, but it proved to be a dead end, with officials saying no leads were discovered. In a recent statement, Sumner County Sheriff Sonny Weatherford says, quote, "While we had hoped for a different outcome, our commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering. We will continue to explore all available avenues and resources to bring closure to this case and provide answers to Sebastian's family and loved ones." Here's another look at Sebastian. He's 5'5" and weighs 120 pounds with dirty blonde hair. He's most likely wearing a black sweatsuit and glasses. So if you see Sebastian or know where he may be, you're asked to call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the So if you see Sebastian or know where he may be, you're asked to call the
That shirt that he had in that photo is basically what she said he was wearing.
likely wearing a black sweatsuit.
See that shirt? Except it's long sleeve and it's got the print on it, either Star Wars, Minecraft, or something else. But that's the type of shirt he's wearing. And not that it matters, but I'm just noticing that. Sorry.
And glasses. So if you see Sebastian or know where he may be, you're asked to call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI. Blake.
Thanks. All right, top story this morning.
Okay. I don't understand. I mean, OCD, yeah, somebody just said, does it come with OCD? He could have locked. But what 15-year-old does that, though? My son never locks the door. It's not his responsibility to lock the door. It's mine. And he's always seen it that way. You know what I mean? To go out the door and lock it, tells me that if he did that, that says he wasn't planning on coming back in. So he was planning on going somewhere for a period of time, not to just go out and come back in. Do you see what I'm saying? If he locked the door himself, that's a thought that I have. So the door locking thing, I never heard that before. That's interesting. He hasn't had his medication in 11 days. So he's got to be off center right now. I just don't understand, you guys. That I don't know, Liz. I don't know. That's an interesting theory. I don't know. Did he have his own set of keys? I never gave Caden a set of keys to the house because of his issues per se, because I didn't know. I didn't trust that he wouldn't lose it. You know what I mean? Well, how would he lock it without a key? If it's well, that's a good point. It depends on the type of door that it is. That's a very good point. If it's just like a push lock on a bottom door handle, you could just pop that, push it, and turn it, or turn it. If it's one of those twist locks on like the back door or something like that, you can just pull the door shut and it locks. That's another good point, CL. That's another good point. Or it could have just been like one door I have back here that just has that turn lock on it. It's one of those swing locks on it. That's all you have to do. I don't know. I can't get past the mother's vocals. And the first interview, I couldn't go past her. He is a very hard person to read because of his persona when he talks to people. He's very emotionless, and I don't know. And by any means, please don't think I'm accusing them of anything, because I'm not. Okay, I'm just saying the parents, as far as reading them, which I do with every interview like that, it's hard to read him because of his personality. The mother, I mean, she just seems completely exhausted to me. Mentally, emotionally, full-heartedly exhausted. That's how I read that. Doesn't mean I'm right, but it's just, I don't know, guys. It's been 11 days. We're going on in a few days, in a couple days. It's going to be 2 weeks, 2 full weeks. Where could a 15-year-old kid be? Where could he have walked off to for 2 weeks almost and still be with food and water and staying warm and things like that? You know what I mean? I don't think so, Ro. I listened to the father's interview. He didn't bring anything up about that. I don't know. And that's another thing. How do they know which door he exited from if she was in bed sleeping and the stepfather was not home? He was out of the area too. Unless they saw something that told them what door he went out of. Well, or unless she locked all the doors before she went to bed and came out, and whatever door, both doors were still locked. You know what I mean? Unless he climbed out of a window. Okay. I mean, that's another, I don't know, how high off the ground the windows and stuff are. I don't know. All right, guys, let me jump up. This is the update on baby Elijah. This one breaks my heart too because I already think I know the outcome with this one. I know, Doodle. That's what I'm trying to tell myself, that the fact that Ellie has an issued public warnings for families, children, and community makes me think Ellie believes. Oh, okay, it's a good point, Doc. Very good point. I wonder. I do. I wonder. And I don't want to think so. I don't want to think so. The only thing that took me off guard, you guys, was that the stepfather was out of town. In the very beginning, I thought that's kind of convenient. Okay. But again, I'm not going in that direction with the parents. And the Soto case, I should have in the beginning, but that was, I try to give everything the benefit of the doubt at first. This case, I can't really go there yet. The father gives me, mixed emotions when I watch him. The stepfather, I'm sorry. So I just don't know, guys. I just don't know.
And still no sign of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. With a search for the missing Wisconsin boy still underway, the community has not lost hope. As police expand their search for Elijah, here's what we know about the toddler's disappearance. Elijah Vu was last seen on February 20th at a home in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Now, according to officials, the boy's mother sent him to that home so he could learn to, quote, be a man. Elijah's mother, 31-year-old Katrina Bauer, left her son in the care of a 39-year-old man named Jesse Vang. Vang told authorities that he was trying to correct Elijah's bad behavior, adding that the 3-year-old was afraid of him. Vang said he used timeouts to discipline Elijah, where he was forced to stand for 1 to 3 hours and required to pray. Documents also said Vang forced Elijah to take a cold shower and regularly threatened him with cold water for not complying. The boy's mother told police she left Elijah with Vang on February 12th and intended to pick him up on February 23rd. But on February 20th, Vang called police and reported Elijah missing. He told police he had taken a nap that morning and brought Elijah in the bedroom with him. But when he awoke about 3 hours later, the boy was gone. Both Vang and Bauer were charged in connection with Elijah's disappearance, though they claimed they had nothing to do with it. As for their charges, Bauer was hit with 1 felony count of party to a crime child neglect and 2 misdemeanor counts of resisting or obstructing an officer. Vang was also charged with 1 felony count of party to a crime child neglect. As the search for Elijah continues, officials have provided updates to the public. On February 27th, the FBI announced a $15,000 reward for anyone with information leading to Elijah's return. On March 4th, Wisconsin authorities revealed that a car of interest had been identified in the search for Elijah. Police say the 1997 4-door beige Nissan Altima is in their possession. They confirmed the car has a Wisconsin license plate that begins with an A and ends with a 0, but have not released the name of the car's owner. In the latest update, police said that they will be expanding their rural search efforts on March 5th. The large-scale search will be performed with assistance from law enforcement across the state.
Sorry, guys, that jumped out for some reason. Hold on.
Investigates. It was Bauer's mother, Vu's grandmother, who wrote a letter to the court on Thursday asking that her own daughter not be released from custody.
I have known Katrina Bauer longer than anyone else, as I am her mother.
A Manitowoc County courtroom fell silent Thursday as District Attorney Jacqueline Labrie read a statement on behalf of Katrina Bauer's own mother.
I have been the victim on her verbal and emotional abuse for a very long time.
The grandmother of missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu paints the picture of an unstable mother, calling her daughter a flight risk with a history of erratic behavior.
She has contacts in other states that may be willing to assist her depending on the story she is telling. Her story always depends on her audience.
Bauer in custody on a slew of charges, including chronic child neglect relating to her son Elijah's disappearance. Police say Bauer sent her 3-year-old to Two Rivers to stay with her boyfriend Jesse Vang as a form of punishment. According to newly filed court documents, Vang told Bauer, quote, "He did fear me, but he didn't respect me. Now I'm making him respect me."
Rather than aligning in locating her son, she feels the need to reiterate what a good guy Jesse is and is fully defending him and his actions.
Prosecutors allege Bauer neglected 3-year-old Elijah and her 6-year-old daughter, who she told police has autism. Investigators say at 2:30 in the morning on February 14th, Bauer left her daughter in a car alone and in the cold to meet up with Jesse Vang to have sex. Before leaving Two Rivers that morning, police say a deleted photo on her phone showed Elijah bruised and blindfolded.
She does need to be held accountable for what rules out in the future.
Well, let's bring in 12 News' Kendall Keys now live in the newsroom. Kendall, the district attorney says Bauer encouraged Vang not to cooperate with law enforcement.
Prosecutors say the day Elijah was reported missing, Bauer was messaging her boyfriend not to say too much and to ask for an attorney.
Kendall Keys reporting live in the newsroom tonight.
Continuing coverage topping tonight's Fox 11 News at 5. On this 17th day of searching for 3-year-old Elijah Vu, we are learning new information about his mother, including additional charges she is facing involving a
Sorry, this is from yesterday, you guys. My apologies.
second child. Plus an update on the bail status of Elijah's caregiver and what the judge says won't be allowed in his courtroom.
Balanced news and severe weather coverage. This is Fox 11 News at 5.
New charges tonight against the mother of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. Katrina Bauer now faces an additional child neglect charge relating to her 6-year-old daughter. Katrina Bauer alleges that she has no idea where her son Elijah is and is distraught at his disappearance.
After scathing testimony from Bauer's mother, the judge denied Bauer's request for a reduction in bail today. Fox 11's Andrew Mertens was in court and brings us up to speed with the latest information.
During Katrina Bauer's time in court on Thursday, we learned through Bauer's attorney that she does not know the whereabouts of her missing son, 3-year-old Elijah Vu. Bauer is also facing a new charge of neglecting a child.
There's a lot of high emotion going on, but there's also high emotion going on with Miss Bauer. She's been worried sick, not knowing where her son is.
An amended criminal complaint claims that Bauer neglected her 6-year-old daughter before Elijah Vu's disappearance.
There is also evidence that on February 14th, she left the 6-year-old unattended in a vehicle for approximately an hour in cold weather.
The complaint claims that Bauer's phone showed her at Jesse Vang's apartment just before 3:15 a.m. on Wednesday, February 14th. According to the complaint, phone data shows Bauer messaged Vang saying her daughter can sleep in the car. Bauer's phone doesn't leave Two Rivers until roughly 4:30 that morning. Records from the National Weather Service shows the temperature on the 14th was a low of 27 degrees and a high of 36. Bauer's attorney wanted her client's bail reduced. In court, District Attorney Jackie Bree read a statement from Katrina Bauer's mother, Jody Bauer, where she pleaded with the judge to keep her in jail.
Her story always depends on her audience. At this time, rather than aligning in locating her son, she feels the need to reiterate what a good guy Jesse is and is fully defending him and his actions.
The judge decided to keep Bauer's bail at $15,000 cash. Bauer's initial charge of child neglect was changed to chronic neglect of a child. New information from the criminal complaint says on Saturday, February 17th, Bauer and Vang were both in the city of Manitowoc, according to cell phone data. Jesse Vang was seen by a person alone in a bar. Surveillance footage of Bauer showed her in a quick trip alone without Elijah. The complaint says law enforcement has not been able to locate anyone other than Bauer or Vang who cared for the child. Bauer's other child was in the care of someone in Wisconsin Dells the day before.
Bauer will return to court on Thursday, March 14th. Outside the Manitowoc County Courthouse, Andrew Mertens, Fox 11 News.
Jesse Vang, the man who was watching Vu the day he was reported missing, was also in court today. Vang has yet to find an attorney, so his preliminary hearing on a child neglect charge was postponed. Vang is due back in court next week. At that time, his $20,000 cash bond will be reviewed. You can watch today's full court appearances for both Bauer and Vang within this story on our website. There you'll also find the criminal complaint detailing the new charge of child neglect facing Bauer.
Near the end of Bauer's appearance, the judge addressed those in the audience wearing shirts that read, "Please help find Elijah Vu." And the judge said he understands why people are wearing these types of shirts, but he asked they not be worn or covered up while in his courtroom.
I got no problem if people want to cover them up with a jacket, but I typically don't allow those to be worn or exposed in the courtroom. I'll let you know going forward. You show up wearing the shirt, you'll be shown the door. So, and it's not for any reason other than I'm trying to maintain the temperature in the courtroom here.
Now, some say they don't agree with the judge's decision, but others say they will respect his wishes.
I did not like that decision, but I will go with the judge and cover it up. It was so beyond me. You just can't see it. I will continue to wear the shirt.
The search for Elijah Vu is expanding to Brown County now. A search of the UW Green Bay and Baird trails is planned for Saturday morning. Fox 11 spoke with the Green Bay Police Department regarding this search. At this time, the department is aware of it, but not taking part. And as the search continues, police remind the public that there is no tip or bit of information right now that is too small to share with them. Anyone who may have seen Elijah or knows where he is urged to call the number on your screen, 844-267-6648.
This request for today and the fact that it was not given.
I think the judge made the greatest decision on this. You don't want them to get bail. Neither one of them. Like the judge said and the mom said, she knows something. So keeping her in jail is the right place for her. That's my thought on that.
You've been here pretty much every step of the way here, right? I mean, since day one, and I believe you were here in the last court hearing, right? Could you just talk about, your importance of just wanting to be here?
I'm here for the family. We all want what's right to find this little boy. So everything I can do, I'm going to do. Being here, out searching, doing my job, what everybody else is doing. We all want answers. So I pray every day that we get the answers and go on from there.
Today in court, we heard that her charges were upgraded, including another child involved in this alleged neglect. What was your reaction to hearing more of those details?
I was shocked. I was shocked to know that there's another kid out there and to think what that kid is going through. Is she going through the same thing that Elijah went through? Who has this kid? Them are my theories. It was heartbreaking. It still is heartbreaking knowing that there's another kid out there.
We also heard a lengthy victim statement from her own mother, listening to what her mother had to say, wanting her bail to remain the same.
As a mom, that would probably be the hardest letter to write, because when I heard that the mom was going to write something, I thought, is she going to go with the daughter? But to know that she went against her own daughter, that has to be heartbreaking, that you don't even have your mom on your side. It's heartbreaking.
Are you still searching today?
Yes. Where at? I don't know where they're going to send us. But after I leave here, we will head there to find out.
We also heard the judge say you can't wear those shirts anymore.
I did not like that decision, but I will go with the judge and cover it up. It was so beyond me. You just can't see it. I will continue to wear this shirt.
We also heard at the end, Vang asked for his bail to be modified, asking that to be reduced to file a motion for that. Hearing him speak for the first time and hearing that was going to be his request, what were your thoughts on that?
I didn't like it. Deny, deny, deny. And I'm praying that the judge denies his bail too. Keep him in this place. We don't want him out. So he can leave. We still don't have answers where this little boy is. Until we get answers, they're right where they belong.
So can you kind of just talk to us about, what you just heard in there? There may be, there's more charges that they have now on the mom and stuff of that nature.
I like that. I like it because he haven't been found. I want them to keep them both in jail until somebody knows something. They tell something. One of them got to tell something. So I really do want them to stay in jail because that's not fair. Everybody is out here looking for him, and if he's hurt, if you'd have done something to him, go on and tell us so we don't have to be out here looking. Give the parents, give the grandparents something else to think about.
It's turned all the way up, Cat Lady. I don't know why it's so low with this
Concentrate on.
interview.
I'm sure the grandparents is happy that they kept him in jail. Yeah, the longer the better. I'm sorry, but it is. It is. The longer the better. Because how did the baby get out the door? How did it get out the door? You, if they had the door locked with all them locks, how did his little self get out that door? But he was supposed to have been in there with him at the bottom of the bed. So standing there for 3 hours. Well, I don't know if that was three. That was the one that was for 3 hours. But he had been standing there, and you go to sleep. It looked like you would have just had him get in the bed with you or something. Don't just have him standing there. Of course, if I just don't understand.
We heard the judge talk a little bit about, with the shirts. He understands why people are wearing them, but he doesn't want them showing in the courtroom. He'd like them covered up. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's understandable. Because we just came to represent. So I understand that. If we can't wear them, we won't wear them. But it doesn't stop us from wearing them on the outside. So, and everybody, y'all, I must say, everybody has been wonderful, wonderful. Coming from all over, bringing food, water, whatever, juices, cakes, cookies, food, all kinds of food. Oh my. And they have been great. Great coffee, a lot of good. I brought some coffee today too.
Are you a mother yourself?
Oh, honey, yes,
Can
I
you just
have.
talk about how difficult this is in terms of
This lady's a trip.
your own child?
Yeah, I have 5 children, and all of them.
Okay, so I think we can all agree with the fact that, first of all, you don't send a 3-year-old off to somebody for discipline. You don't discipline a 3-year-old, period. In that form, okay? And I do not believe that child was locked in that bedroom with him with a chain lock, and a deadbolt, as he claimed. There's no way. Okay? You hit right, Doodle. She's about facts. I think the child was deceased before that whole day happened. I think that child was deceased the day before. That's my opinion. And damn this mother to hell for telling him to don't say too much and make sure you have an attorney. This is your child, you ignorant ass piece of garbage. Because she's involved. That's why I know that she's wholeheartedly involved. They did this together, you guys. And I still am not 100% positive that they didn't sell this child. Period. I have a very strong feeling that they sold this child. That's just an opinion I have. You don't have to agree with me. It's a good point, Licity. So, I mean, maybe the mother didn't know that it would go this far. Maybe she was in the midst of something like that. Yeah, no bail for either one. So that's my thought on this. I definitely, yeah, Doc. I think they sold this child. That's what I think happened. And I've been thinking that since probably 2 days in on this case, guys. I really have. It's disgusting to me. 100% disgusting to me. Yeah, these two, there's no benefit of any doubt. They're trash. 100% trash. And I think they sold him together. And that's that. I think it's done. And my only hope is that I hate to say this, guys, and it's going to sound horrible. I actually hope that happened and that they can trace that and find him alive, healthy, and happy. I pray. Okay, that's what I hope. Whether or not that happens, I have a gut feeling on this, folks, and I have for a long time with this case. But that's what I think happened. And I pray that it did. Or the other side of this was, and I looked into this. Doc, you probably know what I mean by this, and some of the rest of you may too. He admitted to putting this child in cold showers for disciplinary scenarios. That the child soiled his diaper multiple times because the piece of shit was too lazy to change his diaper. So he complained to the mother that, this is his story at least, that he overfilled his diaper. So he put him in a cold shower for discipline. Well, depending on, because the child was only 45 pounds. He's just a tiny little guy. Depending on how cold that water is, okay, which it comes out of the tap pretty cold in some places. I know it does here. And depending on how long he left him under that, he could have thrown him into hypothermic shock, okay? And depending on how often he was doing this, it's very possible that happened, which in turn can cause the child's heart to stop, okay? No, you're right, Heather. There is no limits anymore. There's no limits, okay? But yeah, that's something that very possibly could have happened. In turn, he realizes he screwed up and he takes the child somewhere, disposes of him, throws his things away. Off they go, thinking they got away with it. And I'm not going to put it past them, to be honest with you. I'm not. I'm praying, honestly, that they sold him to somebody who is looking to have their own child, okay? And, I know this is a pipe dream, that he's safe and sound somewhere, that they'll be able to trace this, find this child, and get him back to safety. Or, whatever the scenario is, I'm hoping that he's still alive. That's my prayer. Yeah, it's a baby. It's a 3-year-old child or baby. You're right, cat lady. 100%. Familial trafficking. It's a rental sale of the young child by a family member for SA as payment for drug deal. 100%. I believe that's what happened to Summer Wells. I agree with you on that wholeheartedly at this point, Draw. I really do, and I have for quite a while. I think that Candace did that personally. That's me. And that would be, Dane, the very best case scenario. I agree. Hey, Summer, good to see you. I knew what you're saying, CL. Yep. And I'm somebody said something about the timeline. Backing up here. I know we're all over the place, but I'm trying to cover all of this at one time. Somebody said something about the timeline with Sebastian. What was your question about the timeline with Sebastian? Hello, Victoria. Did you say something I didn't see, Victoria? Oh, I just seen you saying hello. That was you that had a question with the timeline? Give me a second here. Let me check something. Gotcha, CL. That's interesting. Let me see something here. All right, guys. This is Nick Barris. I love this guy. He's been great with this case. This is off of the Facebook account. Hold on a minute here. This is in regards to Sebastian again.
The latest on Sebastian Rogers. We did a Facebook Live a few days ago. There have been a few developments since then. Some of you asked if maybe I could run another one. I have some time this weekend and have been talking to some folks just to give you the basic update on it. For those of you who don't know that have maybe been following this case, Sebastian Rogers, a 15-year-old boy who happens to have autism, disappeared now about 13 days ago. It was either Sunday night or early Monday morning, nearly 2 weeks ago, when he disappeared. Not a trace of him seen since. This is from his home in Hendersonville in Sumner County, Tennessee. And an awful lot of attention being given to this. A lot of people care, would like to see this boy found. The question is, where is he? What makes this case just so baffling to so many is that investigators from the very beginning, when they were called by the boy's mother and stepfather that he had gone missing, have done everything they possibly can. I will say this right at the top. The fact that he hasn't been found is certainly not the fault of law enforcement, which I believe, having covered missing children cases in the past, have done everything textbook. They've covered bases, they've done thorough and organized searches, and have not found a trace of that boy. That is why I've said, and it's pretty early on, that in the absence of any evidence whatsoever of him having left the home barefoot, walking away, that this missing persons case transitioned to a case of criminal investigation with the possibility of foul play. An Amber Alert is in effect as we speak. And it's the simple fact, as I've said time and again, that children simply do not vanish without a trace on their own. They just don't, okay? Except for extraordinary circumstances. They do not vanish on their own. So let me hit you real quick with some of the latest developments since we last talked. Many of you knew it was, I believe, on Thursday morning. Crews made their way to a landfill up in Kentucky to search through, trying to find garbage that was taken from this subdivision in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The garbage was collected there, and I found out the garbage is collected every Monday, okay, between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning from this neighborhood. And it was taken up to this landfill up in Kentucky. Authorities, I think, recognized very early on as they went to check, as they would as part of the investigation, garbage canisters and the like, that the garbage was gone that Monday when he was reported missing, and realized, okay, something could have been discarded in a dumpster somewhere in the neighborhood. They weren't just looking for garbage from the home where he disappeared from, but that's what they did. And they spent the full day up there in Kentucky. I've talked to investigators who were there, actually. And we have video from Sky 5. A large tarp was put up. The dogs, as we reported, seemed to hit on some things that were worth looking into. They seemed to be able to identify the general area. They do this grid searches at landfills based on where they know each week certain trash is deposited at that landfill. So they had an idea of where to look. But whatever it was the dogs hit on turned out to be nothing. And again, this is a landfill. There's a lot of things that a dog might hit on. And they searched, Doug, and pretty much definitively said that they did not find anything of value to the investigation. But of value was, check. We've been there. We checked it. We can cross that off the list. It is part of the ongoing investigation. So again, nice job. And it was good that they went up there and did that. But they did not find anything up there at that landfill. All right. Couple other things just want to touch on. There have been continued reported sightings of Sebastian. In fact, the sheriff responded to one late this past week, an alleged sighting of Sebastian somewhere in East Tennessee. The detectives tracked that down, turned out not to be him. And to date, despite the tips that keep coming in, and we hope, if you think you see him, call it in. They're running down all these leads, but to this point, absolutely no confirmed sightings of Sebastian Rogers. Now, when we get to the investigation part of this, we know the search has been dialed back. I think the search now is, more or less limited to maybe retracing some steps in the neighborhood and tracking down these tips that come in from the public, which is very important. So then you turn your attention to what I believe, they call it an investigation, I call it a criminal investigation, the belief that someone somehow was involved in his disappearance. If you go on social media, there is an awful lot of theories and rumors being bandied about, okay? Some of them plausible, some of them not so plausible. All theories, rumors. I know a lot of them are looking as normally you would say, okay, who's the one closest to this individual? He or she may be a suspect. So a lot of people, I think, taking what I believe are unfair shots at the stepfather and mother, okay? Clearly, whenever someone disappears without explanation, those closest to them become persons of interest. And that's fair. Are the stepfather and stepmother persons of interest, or rather mother and stepfather? Absolutely. Law enforcement knows that. And have they vetted and checked everything that they've been told by the parents? My understanding is yes, they have. They have sought to confirm that. They have looked into it. They've checked a lot of the questions about, was, the stepfather here? Was he in Memphis? My understanding is he was in Memphis for quite some time. He was not here. They've checked out what the mother has told them about how, Sebastian went to bed that night. Everything appears to check out on that front. They have vetted these individuals closely. They have interviewed them, I know, more than once, separately, comparing notes, looking for inconsistencies. And so what I can tell you is that the stepfather has claimed publicly that he and his wife had been cleared by any wrongdoing of authorities. Now, I don't know what he's been told privately. That may very well be the case. But I want to hear that from the TBI or the sheriff's office publicly before I'll say, oh, okay, that's the case. I find that hard to believe that anyone has completely been cleared. That being said, okay, what I know of, and this is from talking to two separate sources that are actually involved in this investigation, okay? I have some other sources that are familiar and have been kind of on the periphery, but involved with this. And I've been told that one, the parents continue to be fully cooperative. And two, at this time, there is no evidence pointing to their involvement in Sebastian's disappearance. You'll notice I said to this point. Could things change? Perhaps. But it's not fair to call them out. Yeah, you can say, have you checked this? Trust me, the things that you'll bring up here that I'll look, that you're saying, have they looked at this? Have they looked at this? Yes, authorities have. Okay. And so at this time, there's no evidence pointing to their involvement in the teen's disappearance, though, okay, could things change with regard to anyone in that neighborhood? Absolutely. Absolutely. Until they come publicly saying that they've cleared such and such or such and such, I think all that's still on the table. But as we stand now, there's no evidence linking, and that everything the parents have said has more or less checked out. So I just want to make sure that we're fair in this regard and consider the fact that you may have a mother and a stepfather right now that are very upset over the loss of a child, and blaming them for something when there's no clear evidence at this point is not fair. It just adds to the I think stress of what they are going through. So we have to keep that in mind moving forward. I get the sense, talking to those working this case, that there is a frustration among the investigators and just almost a disbelief that there has not been some type of break along the way. No dogs picking up any scent, no sightings, no video from Ring cameras or other security videos that many of these homes have. My understanding is they're still going through that. And in the coming week, I may have some new developments that I'm able to share with you with regard to video and what was maybe seen in the neighborhood at that point and maybe what wasn't. But there's been nothing definitive there. If they had something of a suspect in the neighborhood on video, you can bet they'd be making that public and say, we want to talk to this man or woman, and we'd have that all over the media for you. They don't have that. They don't have that. I do know this from past cases I've covered involving missing children, and Sebastian's a little older, age 15. The more time that passes, the less likely one that he's found, and the less likely one that he's found alive. And that's a concern. No one is giving up hope over the possibility of maybe finding him alive. But if after this much time, Sebastian did somehow just wander off on his own and no one else was involved, he would have come out if he was in hiding. Okay. A lot of people say, well, what if he's hiding? This is a teenager with autism that maybe feels overwhelmed and he's hiding. Sure. By now, of course, he certainly would have come out. He would be hungry. He'd be looking for help. Is it possible he fell into a hole? Is he possible he's locked in someone's home or a garage without knowing and no one knows about it? Absolutely. Maybe that's the case. And if that's the case and he's somewhere like that without food and water for nearly 2 weeks, that's a bad situation. So yeah, I think if he wandered away that way, that's a bad scenario. The other part could be, was he abducted and is he being held by someone somewhere? That would mean he's possibly alive. Sure. Okay. Was there some other type of foul play? Did something else happen when he left that home? Did he leave?
He's verbal, Jam. Listen, I didn't want to bring this up, but there was a case of a child that went missing here in Ohio years ago. And I got sick to my stomach when I heard this, something stated. I'm not saying that the same thing could have happened with this scenario. It was a while back. There was a child that kind of got into it with his mom and he took off. Well, he didn't go very far. Okay. And he was missing for like a month, a little over a month, I think it was. And they found him directly across the street from his parents' home. He had climbed up on top of a house and in what I believe to be an attempt to get inside the home, crawled down inside the chimney. Okay, he was a little guy, but I think he was 12 at the time or 13. And this just irks me to even think about it. But what the synopsis of it ended up being is that he tried to climb down inside and he was just at a point where you could get in to like an opening in the thing, and he got wedged and stuck. This one actually gave me a nightmare, you guys. No lie. It did. It gave me a full-fledged nightmare because I'm claustrophobic and things like that. And just thinking about that. And it was another child that was very hyperactive and on the spectrum. Okay. This is Nick Barris, by the way. Yes. So I started thinking because they said that Sebastian likes to hide in small spaces. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, there's, the odds of it being that same thing, I don't think are very high. But it scared me into wondering if he likes to hide in small spaces, if he walked off somewhere and crawled in somewhere to hide and got stuck. Okay. I'm not saying the same like the chimney or nothing like that, but in a space like that where he was bigger than he thought he was, and he got stuck in there, and you know, so yeah, that happened here, and it does. I agree with you, Cass. It gives me chills too that they found him. It was like 5 or 6 weeks later. Somebody started smelling, I think, something, and they couldn't track him. They had dogs tracking that other kid, and they didn't lead him to anything. It was weird. You're right, though. I mean, in this case, I would think they could, but you know what I mean? It's just, it was a weird scenario. So I've been worried about that, and I've been trying not to bring that up. Yeah, he got stuck upside down, yeah. And then he got wedged to where he couldn't go up or down, and he couldn't breathe, and eventually that was just horrible. I'm not saying chimney with this one, Robert, not with him, but he is a small 15-year-old. Don't get me wrong, he's still small. But what I'm saying is that it could be a small space period that he crawled into. They said he likes to hide in small spaces, like tight, small spaces. It could be something he crawled into and got stuck in, trying to hide at some point. Doesn't have to be a chimney. It could be something else. Not, I can't give you examples right now. I'm just thinking. And it came to mind a while back, and I've just been trying to avoid it a lot, hoping that, that's not the case. But yeah, we have to spring ahead. I don't know. This one really bugs me a whole lot. And that's the thing that's another thing that bothers me, guys. I'm sorry. Let Nick finish here.
So, was someone else involved? Was there some stranger involved? All those questions are out on the table. I wish I had more to tell you. I wish there was more that we could cover tonight. That's basically what I have for you, but I wanted to put that out as the rumors in the vacuum that's there from authorities, who I don't blame them. They're busy, and they're not calling news conferences when they don't have something really new to share. In that vacuum, we have rumors and theories and people digging into everyone's background and trying to find clues to this. Go ahead and dig into whoever's background you want, okay? But the key is there any evidence linking to anyone to his disappearance? That's the key. I mean, I feel quite certain that law enforcement has done their diligence checking to see if there are any, convicted sex offenders who live in the neighborhood, or anyone with a criminal past that might be someone that could be involved in this. They'll be checking into that. Even if there are, you've got to find evidence linking them to that. So an important thing, though, and the thing we can't lose sight of is that it's crucial that Sebastian be found. And hopefully he is found alive. We all hope and pray for that, and don't give up hope. But even if he's not, his body or remains have to be found, because that is what could lead to the investigation and help them determine exactly what it was that happened to him. Without that, this case could very quickly go cold. And we know there have been some high-profile cases. Summer Wells out of far East Tennessee, that case still is not solved. Joe Clyde Daniels, his remains have never been found, though his father confessed and is doing a life in prison for killing him. But I mean, there are cases sometimes. There are cold cases. We don't want that to become this. It's right now very active, but in no time, you'll already see. And that's one reason I'm determined to continue to do updates and stories on this, because you know how the news cycle works. You report on it, and eventually it dies down. There's nothing new, and authorities don't have much new to say, and the story fades away. And especially when you're dealing with children, I just can't stomach that. I'm not going to let the story go. Does that mean I'm going to do something every day? Not necessarily, but I'm going to keep it out there, and I'm going to continue digging for new leads, new tips, or anything that can keep you all engaged to maybe call in with tips. Ultimately, in these cases, a lot of them are solved thanks to the public getting involved. So it's really about you. My belief is that someone out there knows something. Someone out there knows something, and they need to come forward. Or if they don't, someone needs to know someone knows someone, point the finger at them to check that out. So that's basically what I have on a Saturday. Just thought I'd kind of update you. So many of you have asked about this. I'll tell you, the last Facebook Live post I did. At one point, we had up to 3,000 followers, and when it was all said and done, over 100,000 viewers on this page. That is more viewers than we have in any of the local TV stations' evening newscasts, or almost any other social media out there. That's 100,000 people saw the last Facebook Live, which I'm not saying that like, wow, look at this. I'm saying that's more people seeing this, seeing the details, or rather hearing the details about Sebastian. And then if they scroll on my page, they will see photographs of him and keep their eye out and know to call and share the story. So the more people that know about it, the better chance we have of this case getting a break that police are just hoping and working hard and praying happens. But I mean, that's a lot of people that have followed this. And it's all about you. And I thank you for that. So let me quickly see if there's any questions or comments from any of you that I can try to answer. I think a lot of you are probably like me. We wish there was more. You know more details than I do on a lot of this. Many of you have checked. By the way, I was going to say too, if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see that there are now missing signs posted up throughout the neighborhood where he disappeared. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The numbers are up there missing. I think probably have been posted by family and friends, but you have signs there on the ground. It probably won't be long before we see billboards. Everywhere you drive, you see the active Amber Alert sign as well. So the word is getting out. That's the key. But it's been out pretty much full bore for the last nearly 2 weeks, and it still hasn't led to any leads, which is just bizarre, especially for a 15-year-old child to disappear like this. So we'll see. What else do we have? A lot of people just following this, waiting for the updates. And I sincerely wish I had more to tell you. A lot of people just were waiting for this update, continuing prayers. Did Daddy take him somewhere? And he could have taken him to Memphis. And as I've told you, there's absolutely no evidence that the stepdad took him somewhere. There's no evidence that the stepdad was here and ran off. The timetable I'm not completely clear on, but I've been told, talking to investigators, that the understanding is that the stepfather was gone in Memphis when Sebastian disappeared, and he'd been gone for quite some time. Okay, so I don't see any case, and trust me, that's an obvious one. If they can tap his phones, he doesn't have a good alibi, so they're going to zero in on him hardcore. They haven't. And they're saying at this point and telling me there's no evidence linking the parents. Could that change? Yes. Have they been officially cleared? I won't believe that until I hear it personally, publicly from the TBI or the sheriff. But are they suspects? Is there any evidence linking the parents to this? Absolutely not. And it's not fair to say otherwise without any evidence. These are parents that I'm sure are hurting a great deal over the loss of this child and just want him found. Until we know otherwise, that's the way we need to treat this. Right. They're saying they didn't look in the landfill for nothing. There's a reason. Yeah, the reason was all the trash from that neighborhood was taken that Monday morning. And that was by coincidence. A lot of people say, oh, they knew the trash was going to go. They must have put something in the trash. And that's how they got rid of evidence in this case. That's plausible. That's why they went and looked. But they went and dug through in the area where the trash was. I think they probably identified some of the trash is coming from the subdivision. That's why they went there. The evidence of that. There's been a lot written.
I think how do we know the stepfather didn't take him with him when he left? Because I think he was seen by witnesses the day before at the home, and of course the mother's statement on that too. And then I believe the father-in-law had been gone for like stepfather had been gone for like 3 days, I think. And that's my understanding, that he was seen by other people the day before that he went missing. I'm not 100% on that, but that's my understanding. I don't know. It's a good question though, Cat Lady. It's a very good question. Name one case in the recent past where the parents were in question that it did not turn out to be the parents aside from Charlotte. I mean, that's a good point, Heather. It is. I understand. I'm having a hard time seeing the mother as being guilty of anything other than missing her child. I'm having a hard time with that. I'm usually okay with reading people. I can't get past her emotions at this moment. Like I said, the stepfather, I can't read him at all. I can't, because his personality does not allow it. He's got that blocker up, okay? And it could be military. like I said, I can't read the mom as being guilty of anything at this moment. It's hard for me. And I know it could be because I've told you guys before that Caden is the same as this child. That they could be the same child, just 2 years difference. So I'm sitting here watching this as a parent to the same child in a sense, and I'm feeling with the mother. So therefore, I don't think I'm allowing myself to see anything else. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, I'm not allowing that door to be open for me to see something that I maybe should be seeing. Maybe, who knows? How can Ellie say that when Sebastian was last seen by someone other than family? That's what I don't know, Draw. I'm not 100% on that. Didn't mom say that he loved cats? Maybe he was trying to kick one, got picked up by a passing vehicle. I mean, yeah, that's a good point, Sherry. My biggest thing was when I watched that bloodhound go out to the road and make that circle and not go any other direction. That said, his scent stopped right there, and he's barefoot, so they'd have picked it up way quicker. Okay, I'm struggling with that because I don't understand. He either left in a vehicle out of the garage or walked out that yard where the dog walked from and got picked up at that road. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I don't know. I don't, or somebody picked him up and carried him. That's the only other thing that makes sense to me, which doesn't make sense. So,
about how the trash collectors on social media reported that they do remember picking up the trash at this house and moving it to the truck, and it was very heavy, and there was a sealed bag in there, and it was suspicious when they were questioned after the fact. All I know, talking to law enforcement, is that's not the case. They wheeled it out. This is not something that the garbage men or women pick up. They wheel it out. This is a truck that lifts it up automatically and puts it into the back. So I don't know where that story came from. I haven't been able to confirm it, but they went out there and looked and did not find anything. As for the real father, I've talked to him as well. All right. So Seth Rogers, he lives in Clarksville. He was working for the sheriff's department the night that he's a deputy, by the way, with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department. He was working the shift with the sheriff's department, my understanding, the night his son, who he has, tells me, joint custody with, when his son disappeared. So my understanding too, just like the mother and the stepfather, the biological father, there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever linking him, and he was not even in the area. So trust me, they'll check, and I know they've talked to him as well. There's no evidence at all to say, oh, the biological father, could he have been involved? No, same thing. This is just a parent who I know is hurting. Sebastian does not have siblings. I think he has a stepsister, who does not live here. As we've heard, I think there may be separate custody issue going on with that related to his stepdad. I don't know many details on that front. And again, a lot of people, I sure hope I'm wrong, but I say the mom and stepdad are behind him missing. Fair enough, if you want to believe that and say that, but it means nothing without any evidence. Nothing whatsoever. So yeah, trust me, law enforcement has thought the same thing. I do not know who the last person was to see or talk to him other than his mother and stepfather. Like I said, we've heard that he was at a Costco on Saturday, and then I think was at another box store on Sunday. So I'm guessing law enforcement's probably gone and pulled video from those stores to see indeed that he was there. And I'm guessing he probably was. Let's see. On the news today, they said they had pulled out due to nothing found. Yeah, that's why they didn't go back, because I initially had heard that the dogs had hit on some things at the landfill, and that as they wrap things up, they were going to go back the next day. Then I was told it's 50-50, and they got enough done on that Thursday later into the evening that they determined no need to go back. We've got this covered. So that was it. They did not go back on Friday. They found what they needed, or did not find anything. but they did look. Let's see. Other questions or comments? Yep, someone knows something. I'm a firm believer someone else is involved. I mean, there are those maybe that still acknowledge the possibility that he wandered off on his own and he's somewhere on his own. I find that highly unlikely. Someone, somehow, somewhere was involved. Now, who? I have no idea. Someone else was involved. I'll be absolutely stunned if somehow he turns up on his own. But it'd be wonderful if he did. Let's see. A lot of people watching from all around the region. And everyone, some new pictures, I don't know, photographs that I had shared had been released by the TBI. I think I mentioned about how just seeing this, what a colorful, sweet child. I mean, just everything in the photos, he's just smiling. It just seemed like a neat kid. And it's just all the more heartbreaking. And we need to get more of those images out there. Let's see, what else? Most of this, you're like me. We're at a loss. So I probably won't do another Facebook Live until there's something significant to talk about. But I want to remind you all, if you can, to continue sharing my page. And if you have questions or comments, and I do the best I can. Boy, when I said that last time, I got down after finishing the Facebook Live and looked, and a bunch of you had messaged me. A lot of you with just thoughts. Sometimes I read them all. I don't respond to them all, but feel free to message me and I look them over. And I've had law enforcement actually tell me, Nick, we know how many people are following your page. If there are tips or details that come into you that you think are relevant, please call and let us know. And I will absolutely do that. But the best bet, if you think you have something, anything, no matter how small, that may be of interest here, you call law enforcement yourself and report it to them. Don't think, I don't know if it really is. It never hurts. Call it in and let them check it out, as they have with a lot of these sighting calling-ins that have come in. Call it in. Let them check it out. They're doing their due diligence. And again, law enforcement, in my opinion, have done a terrific job on this. And I've seen cases in the past where I thought law enforcement maybe early on was unorganized, maybe dropped.
Oh, I'm done with that. I'm done with him anyway, Draw. You don't have to go anywhere. My apologies. He is quite pompous, I agree. It was just a most recent update because he's followed the case from the beginning. But anyway, he's done, and regardless if I appreciate you being here, Draw. And I was watching the chat a little bit. There's no reason for anybody to get upset or get rude with other people because of a belief that you guys have. That's all. Yeah. So I'm sorry if the Nick Barris upset anybody. Like I said, it was the most recent update from today, and I just wanted to give you guys what I could on it. Sorry, folks. He's out. It was done anyway, but still. I agree. He's very cocky. I don't know why. I don't get it, but probably because his job, he thinks he's somebody important, I guess. I don't know. He's gone, by the way, you guys. Let me see something here. Excuse me. I can't come to any other conclusion with this, you guys. This has been like, you don't have to apologize, Heather. You're okay, Heather. Relax. You didn't do anything. Everybody's fine. Calm down. Relax. You're all good. Again, I'm thinking like I've really been thinking hard on this case. There's no video of this kid walking anywhere through this area. And everybody has videos on their home now, cameras on their home nowadays. There's nothing. Nothing, you guys. The dogs stop at the road. The father was out of town, accordingly, supposedly. Hey, Ray. Nothing makes any sense on this one. Nothing. There is no understanding, and I'm really, really like in turmoil, like kind of weirded out right now because. Oh, hush your face. I am no troublemaker. The fact that he locked the door, or that she believes he locked the door on his way out, that really weirds me out. I got you, Drew. I understand. Again, my apologies. It was just the most recent update on this, so, and he's followed the case like 100%. So that's all. But I won't play him again. I promise. When he left, she says when he left, he locked the door. You know, I don't know about all that, Ro. It sure as hell looks like that, though, because there's nothing that shows that he left. That's so weird. I believe they did, Moonlit. Exactly what Bobby said, Heather. You're entitled to your opinion in here. It's what it's all about. Nobody's going to attack you. Okay? Just relax. Take a breath. I know you get upset about things, and I don't blame you. You're passionate like I am about some of these things. Just take a deep breath, relax. Don't let things bother you. He locked the doors, but he didn't wear any shoes. That's what I'm saying, Gene. Like, I know how children like this act. Okay, here's my thing. And I think Draw could back this up, okay, because of what she does. A child that is in the spectrum that typically, I'm not saying all, but typically, Gene, the parents said he's never done this before, okay? So, to not put on a pair of shoes, to not remember to put on a pair of shoes, but to remember to lock the door. Do you see what I'm saying? Something is up with that. My son doesn't remember to do anything unless it's something he typically wants to do. Okay, he wants to do, Caden will do things that he feels that he needs to do in his mind. The mom's initial storyline made zero sense. She was asleep while talking by phone to the stepdad. Right, for like 3 hours. And that's the other thing. Did he have his glasses on? We don't know. But he took a flashlight, which tells me he was going somewhere specific because it was dark. The mom's initial storyline made zero. She was asleep, but she was talking to on the phone by the yeah, I agree with that. Draw. That's weird to me. Remembered flashlight and eyeglasses, and to lock the door, but no shoes. That's what I'm saying, CL. That is what, and a child that is like this. Oh no, it's perfectly fine, Draw. You're front. It had nothing to do with that. He was getting on my nerves. So he also hates bugs. There's a lot of bugs out at night, especially in Tennessee. Why would he go out at night when the bugs, especially with the flashlight, would be attracted to the flashlight? Okay. The worst, especially with the flashlight, he doesn't like to get dirty. So that's another thing. See, Caden's like that too with the dirt thing. He does not like to have dirt on his hands, his body in general. He just doesn't like it. It's a thing. I don't know. So to go barefoot would mean your feet would get dirty. Something's right, like off with this big time. And that's what bothers me after I heard that. You know, that's what clicked here. What child is going to remember to lock the door but not put his shoes on? I can't get past that now. I can't. That's stuck. Because here's the thing. If he was in a hurry to get out of the house, would explain not wearing shoes, but to stop in enough time to remember to lock the door. That's it right there. People on the spectrum follow their habits. Okay, and that's what I mean. Yeah, I did notice that. I think she tried to, in a sense, but didn't. She failed at doing that. That's what I said, Dane. I can imagine it was hard for me to understand him going outside without some shoes on. Maybe she missed a pair of like slides or sandals or slippers, maybe, or you know what I mean? Does he have a pair of slippers that are no longer there? I've struggled. Now, and I don't know how many of you guys heard the interview with his father, his biological father. It's a little different too, but you know, the man was on duty as a sheriff's deputy that night.
A little bit about your son.
He's got a big heart. He's loving. You know, he's inquisitive. He can be stubborn at times. He loves to play video games. He loves animals. I mean, he thoroughly loves animals. He likes plants. He likes to, you know, grow things. He likes to take care of things. He loves his video games. Boy, the kid loves his video games.
What has the last week been like for you as a father?
My heart is missing somewhere out here, and I'm just trying to find him. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. I can't find him.
And when was the last time you got to see Sebastian?
Last time he was at my house. So I was supposed to have him last weekend, and it would have been 2 weekends prior. He was at my house, and I got to see him. We got to play video games, watch TV. Had a great weekend.
And I mean, obviously, it seems like, what has it been like working with law enforcement? Have they been great, you know, trying to help you with this search?
They're definitely doing everything that they can to find my son, and I thoroughly appreciate it. And I hope that they find him.
I agree,
Every
Ro.
day I'm waking up hoping that they find him.
And obviously, so he's autistic. Are there any like tendencies that he may have? Like, does he like hanging out like in the trees or by water that could maybe help people find him?
See, that's another big worry that I have too, is he loves water. He loves water. Okay. Now, I don't know if the sensibility of the temperatures would help keep him away from it. I just don't know. That's something else I worried about too.
He doesn't like creeks. I mean, he loves to go fishing with me. But if he's in the city limits, he's, you know, video games. he'd probably be, maybe an arcade or something.
Okay. And has he ever done?
That is a fact. Caden has one. He's got 3 pairs of shoes he was bought for school this year. He wears one no matter what. We have to force him to wear the other pair of shoes. Okay. He loves his hoodie sweatshirts. And again, he's a clean kid. But if we don't force him to, he'll wear the same hoodies repeatedly again and again. And we have to remind him, those need to be washed, son. And you have 15 other ones over here that you need to wear. It's habit. They like a certain thing. Last year that we went and found clothes in Caden's closet that were bought for school that he never touched once. Not one time. Mama Bear heard me arguing with Caden about the hoodie yesterday, a couple days ago. I have to remind him, son, that's dirty. You need to have that washed. It's just what they're comfortable in. That's their comfort zone. And I have to forcibly remind him, okay, you worn that yesterday. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. But he's got 3 Carhartt hoodies that he loves, 2 Adidas. He's got a lot of hoodies. He loves hoodies. He'd wear them in the summertime if I'd let him. And he still there's 3 that he just got for Christmas that he's only touched one of them, and he keeps washing it again and again and again. So it's what he gets comfortable in, honestly. You know what I mean? So that's all true right there. It's got to be a routine, or he's out of his comfort zone. That's fact.
Done something like this before, just leave the house for a short period of time or anything like that? And I mean, how much sleep have you lost over this last week? Walk me through kind of what that experience has been.
I haven't had very much sleep at all. I mean, coffee and energy drinks is my main diet.
Yeah. And I know you said you were out there searching. Are there any particular places that you're looking that you think he might be at?
I'm looking everywhere. I'm not from this area, so I don't know it. So I'm just everywhere. I keep telling people, keep your head up and your eyes open. If you see him, call 911. If my son hears my voice, buddy, you need to get a phone and call 911,
Definitely. And you live in Clarksville, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you've been out here in the Hendersonville area just searching for him the last week?
Every day.
And I guess, are you in close contact with his mother and stepfather about the situation?
Not really. I mean, we're in communication at least once a day, but that's about it. Okay.
And that was the only thing that I found to be different than what the stepfather said. And the one thing I will say that I noticed is during the interview, when the questions were being asked, the stepfather threw himself forward to answer almost all the questions. Now, I don't know if that was because of the condition the mother's in or not, but he did. Very quickly, too. And they said that the stepfather made it sound like the father, the mother. In fact, he said it that way. The father, and this is word for word how he said it. He didn't say it in he was not being personal. He distanced himself from that situation. He said the father, the mother, and myself are very close and are working very close in this, and so on and so forth. And Sebastian's father just said that's not true. So that threw me off, okay? Yeah, the 3-way with 911. Why did he have to do that? Why didn't he just tell her to call 911? Why did they have to do a 3-way? That was something that threw me off too, okay? And again, I'm not throwing any shade or any whatever you want to call it at the parents at this moment, but I have some questions about the interview, folks. I do. Especially after hearing the father's interview. I'll shut up. I'm sorry. I'll let you guys hear it.
Just I'm looking for him, you know.
Yeah. And I know, like, obviously with social media, it's tough because as a parent, you just want your kid home. But there's been a lot of like speculation too about possible like criminal investigations. I mean, what's kind of your reaction to all of that chatter on social media?
I don't have social media, man.
Okay. But just hearing people kind of speculate about that in the community, I guess, how does that make you feel?
I think they need to, you know, instead of being keyboard warriors, they need to put feet on the ground and start looking for my son. If they really want to help, that's what they should be doing instead of.
Oh no, and I know. I was catching myself. It had nothing to do with what you said. Don't worry about that.
Coming up with their own opinion. How about I get out there and we find my son?
And how much does your son Sebastian mean to you?
He is my life.
Do you have any other kids?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And I guess, is there, I guess, anything you want to say? I don't know how well you know the stepfather or the mother, but is there anything you'd like to say about that and that situation and how he just kind of disappeared from the house?
I have nothing to say about that.
Okay. And if you could say something to Sebastian right now, what would you say?
If you are hearing this, son, you need to tell people who you are and tell them to call 911 for you. You need to tell people that you are Sebastian Rogers and that you need them to call 911.
And anything you'd like to tell him about returning home?
I miss you, buddy. And I'm waiting.
Okay. And if you could say something to Sebastian right now, what would guess, is there, I guess, anything you want to say? I don't know how well you know the stepfather or the mother, but is there anything you'd like to say about that and that situation and how he just kind of disappeared? Is there anything you'd like to say about that and that situation and how he just kind of disappeared from the house?
I have nothing to say about that.
I have nothing to say about that at all. After that long pause. It's a very good point, Draw. I slowed that down just to clarify what he said.
Okay. And if you could say something to Sebastian right now, what would you say?
Have a good night.
If you are hearing this, son, you need to tell people who you are and tell them to call 911 for you. You need to tell people that you are Sebastian Rogers and that you need them to call 911.
And anything you'd like to tell him about returning home?
I miss you, buddy. And I'm waiting. I want to hear from you. Okay.
All right.
Call 911 so we can find you, man. Come on, son.
Okay, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do it for tonight on these guys. If we believe me, like I said, I'm not gonna stop covering this regardless. There's quite a bit more to. Wait a minute, what is this? Hold on a second. I don't know what that was. 1 hour ago. Hold on, folks. I'm sorry. Okay. I sorry. I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Okay. Mama Bear. Oh, before we do anything else, mods, if we can we please drop the link to Salty's channel, True Crime Time. I know we have it in here. We had it dropped a couple times before. But True Crime Time is the name of the channel. That's with Salty Sleuth. She was in here a little bit ago, but she's got some stuff in there that she wants everybody to check out. So if you guys could go check that out, please. Very much appreciated by her and me, of course. When they call off the search, what does that mean? It means that they're going to be, when the search is called off, typically that turns into now they're doing the investigation starts. And now it's basically, when the search is done, now it's turning into, I hate to say this, but like a recovery now. Okay. Yeah, and that was my next comment. Mama Bear is going to be going live tomorrow, so I'm going to be trying to join her for that. No topic planned, but come and hang out with us and we can talk about this some more. 100%. We need to show some love to Mama Bear. There is Salty's link right there. Thank you, Zelda. And drop Mama Bear's link in here as well. That way anybody that doesn't have it, please go over there, subscribe, show the love, and let's start growing that channel. Please, please, guys, I would really appreciate it. But please go check out Salty's channel here. You won't be disappointed in any means whatsoever, guys. Please. Thank you for dropping that. Sounds great, Victoria. Thank you, Draw. And thank you guys for joining us in here tonight. I appreciate it very much. I apologize that there it is. There's Mama Bear's link. My apologies. I get this Sebastian case is just, it's been rough for me and it's harsh. So my apologies for coming off any kind of a way, guys. I apologize. Sure things. Let's see. Have a wonderful night. Yes, Mama's going live tomorrow at noon, 12 o'clock noon, Eastern Standard Time, for those of you that aren't familiar. You are welcome, Holly. Thank you for being here. Guys, everybody in here, I want to say thank you for supporting what we do for these cases. That's a very good point, Draw. Thank you, Sherry. There again is Salty's link, guys. Again, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. But like I said, guys, please accept and acknowledge my thanks for supporting my channel, myself, of course, and Mama Bear. And the cases that we've been covering with these children, you have no, it means so much to me. It does. It really does. And we just got to keep going forward with it, guys, and push and pray for positive results. That's all I can say. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow around noon. I haven't talked to them in a while, Terry. I don't know. They've been busy or what's been going on, but I haven't talked to them in a while. I know that that's another thing too, that I guess Cletus ended up having to go to the hospital tonight. So say a little extra prayer for him to make sure that he's okay. Well, for both of them. If you will, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And of course, all these children, keep them in your thoughts and prayers, guys. And just pray hard that we can bring these kids home. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you guys around noon tomorrow on Mama Bear's channel. You guys, other than that, have a wonderful rest of your night. For those of you that can't make it tomorrow, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. And of course, I will see you on Monday. Besides that, guys, don't forget to love yourselves, to love each other, and please don't change a thing about yourselves, because you guys are the beautiful people. And I will see you very soon. Bye-bye now.